dare it. Challenge. Don't dare it. That she got the ball.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur, and we are going to be bringing you a watch along today, right before the Christmas period, and looking forward to what should be an entertaining game. I'm still happy clapping after that big win against Manchester United, but this is another huge game. We're hosting Liverpool this time around. We had a spicy game with them last time. We had a late winner, Pedro Porro scenes, all that good stuff. Wonder if we'll get something similar this time around. Wonder what sort of script we have in the cards here. Ange Postecoglou's gone with the exact same lineup that got him that great result against Manchester United. And Dave, I think Spurs fans, some are calling it a free hit. Some are saying it's a must win. It's an interesting kind of vibe today. Also, of course, protests and everything going on. So how do you think today's looking for you? Are you going into this confident, as each minute goes by, or you get more nervous?
Look, Jack, I know I said against Man United, I didn't really care about today's game. I just want the semi-final. No, it's not that I don't care about today's game. That I'm not going to be raging if we lost it. I understand the magnitude of the game today. I understand what we're up against. The best team in the country, a front line that bags a lot of goals between them. They've got a really good defence. And look, credit to Arne Slot. He's walked in there and he's done a really good job at Liverpool so far. The only thing that maybe gives me a glimmer of hope is that the last two games heading into this in the Premier League, they've drawn against Newcastle and Fulham. Now, the difference is we're probably going to be a lot more open. But it's going to be a big game. But the reality is I do care about today's game, Jack. It would be really nice to be able to get a result out of today's game and just head into that Christmas period with a different sort of mindset around the football club. It does show signs then that maybe we've come through this injury crisis. We're coming out the other side of it. And, maybe give people a bit more belief and hope heading into the second half of the campaign. In years gone by, we've hit form at the start of the campaign, but then the rest of the campaign has been miserable. The start of this campaign has been miserable. But somehow, we still have a chance to make it a memorable end of the season. And I think today could be one of them games that could define it, Jack. I think if you can go and take something out of Liverpool, I think it sets you up nicely for the Carabao Cup semi-final that we have over the two legs. But also, I think it gives the team the momentum, the belief that maybe they need to really push on and get inside top four. From there, anything can happen. But also, belief in themselves that they can take Liverpool and get into the final and go and win the Carabao Cup. So I think today is important in terms of that, in terms of belief that you can go up against Liverpool toe for toe. Don't get me wrong, there's motivation here today. Postecoglou's a Liverpool fan. You also got Carragher who went at Postecoglou, name checked him in the press conference. And, you see a lot of the pundits laughing at Tottenham Hotspur. Well, if I'm a player, I'm getting angry at that.
Mm.
And I'm going out there and I'm trying to turn over teams like this. Look, it's going to be a tough game. I just hope we can take some sort of result out of it just to sort of continue on the good vibes, Jack.
Yeah, that would be nice, is just to get another, like I said to you, I think before we even started recording today, just a nice little bonus, right? Off of the already really good vibes that we got off of the Man United win. It'd be like an extra little Christmas present. It was like if you got already exactly what you wanted for Christmas, and then
Mm,
there's like a little chocolate bar, underneath as well, just to make yourself even happier. That's what a win against Liverpool could do for
mm,
us here. And also, when you look at the league table right now, it's just so strange. So many teams that you just don't expect to be where they are, or also just so tight. Every team is just right next to each other. So a
mm,
win against Liverpool here does actually a lot of damage to the rest of the teams in that
mm.
league table, and we could end up, mounting an early hopeful comeback in terms of that. But I think a lot of
Well,
people, of course, like you and I, are very much, have our minds set on these cup competitions. But you know what? I think you know what I'm trying to say, Dave. Like
no,
the
of
league
course,
table
but
right now, it's so back and forth. Maybe an excellent opportunity to climb sooner than we might expect to before all the injuries, kind of, or, cease.
no, no, look, of course, Jack. I think, look, no one wants to finish in the bottom of half of the league either. We still want to be respectable in the league, a respectable finish, even though we are sort of, us as a fan base, we're trying to prioritise the cup competitions. But, you've got Liverpool now, you've got Nottingham Forest coming up, then you've got Wolves, I think you've got Arsenal in January as well. We've got a run of games now where we can really sort of put our own destiny in our own hands in terms of the league. You can take a result off Liverpool. You've got Nottingham Forest who are flying at the minute. If you can go and beat them, all of a sudden you're straight up there back in there with that talk, and then everyone goes, yeah, okay, injuries did affect us, let's see where this can go. So I think it's an important period to for these players and the managers, sort of buy belief from the fans, from the pundits, from the media into what they're trying to do. And there's no bigger days than like today there where you can put yourself on the map to do that, because the reality is, the perception out there is that Tottenham are clueless. We're playing kids football, underage football, just go out and try and outscore the opposition. If you beat the best team in the country today, all of a sudden they have to talk about the tactics. They have to start talking about things. They have to look into it deeper. You can't be clueless if you're going to do that to the top team in the country. But saying that, it's going to be a hard job. Look, Jack, we know that we fatigue in second halves. You look at the Man United game. Yes, Fraser Forster made mistakes, but you look at the Fulham game and other games. Second half we've dropped off. Southampton to a degree, Roma. We've been caught in the second half of games. So this is all about us going out there and trying to take our opportunities in the first half of this game, capitalize on playing at home, and go at them. And I think we've got to try and win this game in the first half, a bit like what we've done against Man United, Man City, and Southampton. That's the way. That's the route to win this game. I think if you leave Liverpool in it going into the second half, I think we've got a long second half ahead and probably spells danger. My only hope is that if we do get ourselves into a position that the fact that we got over the line in that United game might actually help them ease and deal with the situation a little bit better today. Just quickly in terms of lineup, and then we are going to welcome a lot of people in. I think Fraser Forster, Jack, he's got to come out there, and within the first few minutes, he's got to show composure. I think if he places a misplaced pass or one of his touches are dodgy, I think it's going to set the sort of nervousness around the stadium that could affect the performance. So he's got to show in the first 5-10 minutes that's
Yeah,
them mistakes are behind him. Jed Spence has a massive game today up against Mo Salah. This
true.
guy is probably the most informed player in world football right now. He is ripping it up, and he's aided by Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best deliveries, in the Premier League. He's a massive job today. Can the kid continue on his last two performances? Let's wait and see. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's made an impact, and I think the right choice was made to include him. Now, for me, the big difference is Maddison wasn't really at the races against Man United, Jack. He's got to step up to the plate here today. It's a big game. We really need him. A bit like that Liverpool game. We need him to get in there, turn ball over, but also do the other side of the game. And in terms of the front three, just be as clinical as you were against Man United, if not even more clinical. And let's
Yeah.
see what can happen. You never know, Jack. Christmas miracles can happen.
Yeah, can we get an early one? That's what was the members preview titled is can we get an early Christmas miracle on this Sunday before the big day? But big up to everyone. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for picking us as your watch along destination. Smash the like button for us as well if you can. We have Mark in here nice and early, member of the Mark Army. He's always in first, it feels like these days. So we appreciate the dedication, Mark. And then Dan Coy saying, afternoon, Dave and Jack, freezing my ass off here, but cheering the team on
Fair
for
play,
big
lad.
3 points. Anything can happen. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. What a legend.
Do you
Dan
know what?
Coy
I don't
says.
miss them cold days on the terrace, Jack, because they are absolutely
Yeah.
freezing, lad.
It's something about London as well. Like I remember I was there for the AC Milan game with Dave, and Lazy Eight was there, Nick was there. It was a cold night, and I think what was that, around February time, if I'm trying to remember correctly. That was a cold evening in London for some reason. It kind of has that wet cold where it's around freezing temperatures, but then just sort of like that humidity in the air or something about that just makes it feel even colder. Big up to DB as well. I'm
Big up to
Levy
you.
out, but be careful what you wish for, man. You are in a right state getting smacked up today, DB. It's glorious to see. It's going to be very fun to see the Talk Sport Collins, with Manchester United. We wonder if Spurs can add to the misery, though, maybe up north with Liverpool. Stevie Fraser saying maybe, just maybe, big up, lads. In the chat, big up to Stevie Fraser, best midfielder around.
Big up,
Brecken
Steve.
is in the house as well. Hi,
Big up,
Dave and
Brecken.
Jack. Hoping for at least a draw today. It would put us 8th in the league table. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.
Draw, Dave, would you take it?
Look, I take it now, Jack. I think any result against Liverpool is a good result. I think even when they reduced to 10-9 men last year, we still sort of struggled to beat them at home. I think it took a Joel Matip, last minute sort of own goal for us to take all 3 points. It's going to be a difficult game. I'll take any result today. I think it's just important to keep that momentum going. You don't want to lose, is basically what I'm trying to say today.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Really appreciate the support, Brecken, as well as for being a member. We are Spurs TV, complimenting the sweater that Nick gave me. Thank you so much. We are Spurs TV. He also says today's my mom's 60th birthday, so hopefully the Spurs win
Happy
on her
birthday to Mom.
birthday. Happy birthday to her. Hopefully you're celebrating maybe a win today, but also with her. Hopefully you have some good things planned. A big up to his Dave Janola. Really appreciate it. Lazy 8, who I've said is in the house. Good to see you as always, sir. Saying great game management from Chelsea today. Lasso managed 0-0. Good job. Thanks, dude. And did it myself. He was saying about the sweater. That's very funny. King Hoddle's with us. Good to see you, King Hoddle. And then Dark Sun G. Dave, by the way, forgot to mention this to Dark Sun G earlier. But, this is one of the Dark Sun G derbies. You have your derby with West Ham. You got a little personal thing with them. I know you also have some beef with Liverpool because you have plenty of friends that are Liverpool friends. So this is kind of the Dave and Dark Sun G derby.
No, 100 is. 100% is.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Look, first of all, just quickly, big up Slow Jamrod,
Oh, yes.
Tyler, Paul as well, with Spurs go marching in, and Alaskan Hotspur. I'd say that place is amazing this time of the year. Good to see you all, guys. That's big game for you, my man. I'm sort of in a similar boat, right? My sister's fella is Liverpool. All my friends are all Liverpool. And your father's a Liverpool fan, so it's a big day in the household. Look, all we want is just to spoil their party. If we do that, we're on the winning side this evening. So let's see what happens, Dark Song G. We could really do with the result today. But also, he says about Spence starting 3 games in a row. Come on, you Spurs, Dom and Sun goal. Look, Jed Spence, I think, has earned that. And I think the right call was made today. I think when you're looking at a player that's had an impact both sides of the game, you would argue against Southampton and Man United, he helped shore up that defence. Bar the 2 mistakes from Forrester, Spence has come in and helped shore up that defence. But also going forward, he's contributed. Against Southampton, he set the tone in that first half. Ball straight through to Maddison. Jack highlighted most other players would have passed back. He got turned, played it through to Maddison. Done the exact same against Man United for Dom Solanke. So I think the right thing was for him to start today. You've got to capitalise. If a guy comes in and makes an impact like that, you've got to capitalise on it. You've got to keep playing him. There's no excuses to put him back on the bench. In terms of Son and Solanke, look, I'm a bit weird about Son today because he expended a lot of effort out of possession against Man United.
Right. Forgot
How
about that.
sharp is he going to be today? That's why I'm hoping you might actually see a double pivot in the midfield, which allows Son to stay a bit higher up the pitch and hopefully exploit that space that
Yeah.
Alexander-Arnold leaves going forward. That would be the plan today. Big Dom Solanke, he's in goal scoring form. If he can step up over this period, all will be forgiven for the first half.
Yeah, I thought he was class against Man United. Dark Sunji, I thought Sonny was class. Spence was brilliant as well. Solanke got his goals, but I think I've actually seen better performances from him. Funny enough, but really appreciate you, man. And also as well, like I said, I forgot to mention that to you earlier that this is a big game for you and
Yeah,
Dave,
huge
considering
game.
the people around you guys. Like you were saying though, I missed some people earlier. The Alaskan Hotspur, always good to see you. Saying big up, guys. Loving the good life here, living the good life here, and still winning from Thursday, or still, still enjoying the good vibes from Thursday. I am as well, Alaskan Hotspur. I've been happy clapping
Yeah,
for a whole week, and I'm going to be happy clapping for probably through Christmas after that win with Man United. And good to see Paul Connor as well, saying,
big
"Come
up.
on, you Spurs, let's show the Scousers some fight, and let's get them to experience another loss. Come on, you Spurs, right? We've been the domino effect for some teams. When Spurs beat you, all of a sudden you go on a nice little losing streak. So maybe we can do that with Liverpool here. Big up to us, Singularity 17, and Andy English is in here as well. Appreciate you, Andy English, Danny Darko, NJ123. Appreciate you guys, and the Dark Sun G again saying Gray's biggest test yet as a center back. Hope Radu
Yeah.
helps him. I mean, they were brilliant last time out, Dave. It's going to be an even tougher test. He's right. Never thought about that.
Big up, J Mac. Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's going to be a very tough test for Radu Dragosin and Archie Gray today. Look, we've got away with it to a certain degree, right? Against Rangers, they held out, as best as they could against Man United. They held out as best as they could. And look, the reality is we're still conceding about 20 plus shots on our goal. That's not sustainable. I think against a team like Liverpool today, you will get absolutely punished if you allow that. So today, you're really they're really gonna have to step up their levels of performance. But against United, one thing Archie Gray done is, and I was worried about him against United. Within the first few seconds, he got a chance to hit a guy, came sliding in, hit him, and almost played his way into the game from there. Grew in confidence. Can he do the similar today? Let's wait and see. It's going to be a lot different if Mo Salah gets on the inside of Spence and it's him running at Archie Gray. It's going to become a big problem. In terms of Radu Dragosin, look, I thought he was sensational against Man United. Anything that came in, boom,
Yeah.
gone. That's what you want from your centre backs. I worry about him a little bit in possession today, but he has improved. Let's wait and see what happens. But you're right. Are we going to keep getting away with this? I'm not quite so sure. I think there will be a day where we come unstuck. Hopefully, it's not today.
Good to see Slow Jamrod, like you said. Merry Christmas to you, Slow Jamrod. And we also have the one and only Ed Martin. Big up to you, Ed Martin. We are Spurs TV. Artist T. Good to see Artist T. Laws for Ange as well. Fat Tony. Merry Christmas to you, Fat Tony, especially fellow Washingtonian. Hennessy's in here as well. Big up to you, Hennessy. Not hopeful today. He's going for 4-1 Liverpool. We can't defend. They're not the most clinical, but they generate plenty of chances. I mean, listen, they're going to be a completely different team to Man United. There's that hope that maybe they just don't play as well as maybe they can, and we can benefit from that. And then if we play the best version of ourselves, I think we could still give them a good game. And what I will say too, Hennessy, is as much as Liverpool have looked like the best team this season out of all the sides, I think granted they are, I personally don't think they're as good as even previous Liverpool teams that we've seen, in the past. I don't think they're as good as the ones with Mane, Firmino, that sort of side. And, we've given those teams good games in the past, on a day. So that's kind
Maybe
of what I'm thinking about is we've given these better Liverpool teams, a good game before. So who's to say what will happen today?
maybe they're not as good on the eye, Jack, but they're effective.
True.
And that's the thing. Jose Mourinho at Chelsea wasn't great on the eye, but it was effective.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. And like you say, they would punish us if we give up as many chances as we have to other teams. Drew Zilla, good to see you and really appreciate your from earlier, sir. Great job. Brett Loft is in here as well. Big up to you, Brett Loft. Two sides of a Spurs pod. Good to see you. Derek Hutchinson, legend. Good to see you, Derek. Make sure
There's a guy from Nigeria. A big shout out to the guy from Nigeria. Says he's a huge fan. So shout out to you.
Thank you so much. Big fan from Nigeria. Come on, you Spurs, legend. And Dark Sun G saying Bournemouth smashed Man United and Everton drew with the Blues. Come on, you Spurs. I was saying it to Dave, Dark Sun G. Two hilarious results for Everton and and Sean Dyche, right? Getting two back-to-back 0-0s and also just stealing some points off of them for everybody else. But Bournemouth, I mean, Iraola, that Bournemouth side, they're just one of those teams that they're not very sexy on paper, but they've been kind of just a very intimidating team, to be honest. Like they have a lot of
Mm,
players that you would probably take at your side. I was saying that to Drew. I would take Semenyo, I would take Kirkesh, I'd take Sabarny, I'd take, Dean Huijsen, take a
mm.
lot of their players. And then also they're kind of just able to, go into a lot of games kind of with this free hit mentality because they really are only Bournemouth. So they can surprise teams. They can really smack teams up and they've been very fun to watch. They've been very fun to watch and
Unlike
will benefit from them taking points off of Man United and some other sides.
Unlike Forest, I actually think someone like Bournemouth could sustain it. I think they could become a real problem, especially if Man City keep choking for longer than expected. I think they're a team that, a bit similar to us once we got the momentum in ourselves. No one fancied us, but we got it over the line eventually on the Harry Redknapp. And I think Bournemouth, to a degree, could do that. They've got some great players there. Kirkesh, Jack, I've been banging on about him to you for a long time.
Yeah.
Semenyo, another one, really effective. Evan Nilsson coming in,
Right.
absolutely brilliant signing. That young lad, Huijsen, seems to look like he's going to be a very sort of good centre back, and then Clivert, he chips in with goals. It's not Bournemouth years gone by where they're relying on,
Yeah.
players from Premier League and Championship and stuff. They've got real European pedigree in there now. They're a different sort of team, and I think their manager's a very, very good manager as well. So look, I think they could become a real problem. But looking at the league there, I think you've got Forest on 31, we're on 23. I think Bournemouth are on 28 or
Yeah.
something like that. So we got to try and make up a point here and beat Forest after Christmas to try and close that gap, because what you don't want them to do is open a 10, 11 point lead, because then it becomes a bit hard to you really need to go on a Man City style run, right, to make that up. So I think you can't really afford to fall further adrift.
No, I completely agree. Well, but yeah, they're a very funny team, and it makes us losing to them in the manner that we did. Not probably not look as bad on paper, right? Dark G, right? The fact that Bournemouth, only beat us by such a margin. Sean Maddox saying, "Come on, you Spurs, watching from the West Coast this week." Well, welcome
Oh,
back to the
you go,
West Coast,
Shawnee.
Shawnee. That's right. I
Good to
think
see you.
think you're a Californian, if I remember correctly, Sean. So big up to you, sir. And then Tyler is in with us. Good to see you. The Big T.
Big
Matt
up, Tyler.
Bynum, happy Christmas, Big Dave and Jack. I'm on the road,
Big
so
up,
going to
mate.
miss at least the first half. We'll see the score at halftime. Then I could see if I can watch the second half. Tough game, but praying for the team. Come on, you Spurs. You ever had to do that, Dave? I had a similar experience with kind of when I was in traveling in Philadelphia. To get back home, I was kind of watching, half watching. Have you ever had to do that? Miss an entire half?
No, not. Well, actually, yeah, I was at my sister's birthday party for the Man United there a couple of years ago, wasn't I? And I got back for like, last 40 minutes of the watch along or something like that. But I never really had to miss that due to traveling, because, quite frank, everyone knows me. Don't organise anything when there's a Tottenham game on, because
Mm.
I will not be there. If you want to organise a flight to go somewhere, I'll get the next one, or I'll get one earlier. I'm just not going on that one. So I do arrange my life around Spurs games to a degree. And, fairness to my missus, she adheres to that, which is absolutely a bonus.
Mm.
But you know what? Throw on that song, Driving Home for Christmas. Great song. Great song.
Yeah, Dave is actually very good with the Christmas songs. I'm actually curious if you also saw, by the way, Dave, Brendan Johnson did a very funny Christmas song ranker. It was very good, and I think you would probably do a good one.
Yeah,
But
I
big
love
up to
that.
Matty Bynum, probably has a healthier relationship with Spurs than maybe we do. Sebas Wolf 28 saying, "Big up boys, 3-1 win today. Come on, you Spurs." Big up to you, Sebas, absolute legend. Berbatov's halftime smoke. He's gone for a 3-0 easy win. Get in there, Dan. Love that man.
How about
Jerome.
that?
That'd be lovely. Let's be real. Liverpool are in good form, but a draw would be a great result, says Jerome.
Yeah. Look, it'd be a good result. Look, the reality is, everybody apart from Tottenham fans who may be coming in thinking we could get a sneaky result here, everybody else is expecting us to get absolutely dominated. They look at our back line, they look at Liverpool, they're expecting us to be absolutely played off the park today. Could be a 4, 5, 6-0, really send out a statement. That's what they're tuning in to see today, the rest of the world, all the neutrals. Result would, any sort of result would be a good result out of today's game. We're talking about the best team in the country, Jack, who's been the personification of consistency. We've been the personification of inconsistency. In fact, we're the sort of benchmark, what you could be if you could be consistent, but this is what you are when you're not. We're the sort of benchmark mark of the inconsistency. So it's
True.
consistent versus inconsistency today. Let's see if inconsistency can turn up and spoil the party.
Let's see. Colin Turner is with us. Good to see you, Colin Turner. K32, absolute legend. J Mac, big up to J Mac. The Big Cat as well. Big up to the Big Cat. Stephen Tuckwood, love the name. Big up, Stephen.
Great name. Tuck
Uh,
shop.
Cozy as well. Good to see Cozy. Big up, lads. Let's get something out of this. I hope the Levy outers didn't jinx us today. A totally wrong timing, in my opinion. Hey, we had a decent discussion about that earlier, Cozy. I'm not sure if I saw you in the chat for that. You might have been up to something else, but it was a good discussion on that. If you ever want to rewind and listen back to that.
Do you know what I would say quickly is I prefer it today than the Man United game, to be quite frank. I think,
Yeah, same here.
and I think there was that recognition to be fair to them. I think there was that recognition around the semi-final. Don't want to do it. Get behind the boys. Let's see what the fans can do to help them. But I think, at some point you got to pick a league game. And look, I think I'd rather it today than the Man United game, like I said.
And then Stefan Blois, good to see you, Stefan. Hopefully you're okay. And then the Alaskan Hotspur saying Monday is my 60th. Anything from today is cake. Absolutely love that, the Alaskan. Would you take a draw, for your birthday, or do you want the big cake? Do you want the win? The Alaskan Hotspur. Big up to you, sir. Really appreciate you, man. And happy early birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday. Let us know how you're going to celebrate. Is there going to be a big sort of soiree put on for you? Or, are we talking a bit like, sitting with the family, nice takeaway? And if so, what sort of food? So let us know. You can't just tell us you're having a birthday party or a celebration and not let us know what's going on. And most importantly, where do you stand on cake? Chocolate cake or plain or all the other cakes that you can get? For me, it's got to be a chocolate birthday cake, Alaskan.
Good to see Scooter reacts as well. Morning, Dave and Jack. Big ups all. Morning kickoff, 5:30 a.m. Yeah, it's an early one. Scooter reacts and Artist T, Spurs man, 15. Good to see you. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir. Jimmy Hotspur as well is in here. Good to see you, Jimmy.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Future's bright, future's lily white. Just keep watching all these watch commercials. I'm trying to get the kickoff here, everybody.
It's Christmas. They got to get the commercials in, Jack.
Yeah, what's going on here, Dave?
You know them. It's Christmas, like you got to get all the commercials in.
At the mouth here.
Right up. Here we go. Finally, let's go. Come on, Spurs. See what we can do. Oh, Allison is back. When did he come back?
Yeah, remember I was joking about that during the lineup. I was saying, see, even they get their goalkeeper back. We can't even get anything nice. They get their goalkeeper back. We can't even we can't get a Vicario back, a Van de Ven back, a Romero back for this game.
Is he only back for today?
I think he should be back permanently. You would think if he's back.
No, but was he back for their previous game, I mean?
No, I'm not sure if he was. I could be wrong, though.
Well, fuck it. Let's pepper him.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, yeah, Kelleher is also a good keeper.
Do you know what? I'm sort of glad it's not him because Irish goalkeepers seem to put in man-of-the-match performances against me.
Right after the Bournemouth keeper.
Bournemouth keeper didn't Bazunu a couple of years ago put in a fucking worldie for Southampton.
All right, everybody, we've gotten kicked off. Feel free to sync up with us. Smash the like button, please, as well, if you do enjoy these watch-alongs and these match day festivities. Really appreciate you all.
Good ball out to Spence. Can he find another assist?
Sonny's down the line here.
Whips it across. Solanke really gets on the end of it. That's a brilliant start from Tottenham Hotspur. Was Sonny offside there? Is the line of flag gone up?
That seems to be something.
What a ball by Jed Spence. Yeah, Sonny's offside. Good ball by Jed Spence, though. Starting nice and sharp again. It's more like it. We're up for this. I think there's a recognition. We've got to go after this in the first half. Look at that. Nice and high on the press here.
Fast start.
Can we get some joy?
Spurs here.
Yeah. Sonny looking sharp there. Same as Maddison. Good tracking back, Maddison. Now Solanke wants a bite. Oh, no, Sonny, you got to continue with that. You can't allow him free there, Sonny. You got to continue.
Oh, Archie Gray. Touch of class. Nearly tried to pick out a dangerous pass for Kulu.
Time spent spectacular. Plenty of time, my man. Come on, Jed. Archie Gray, sharp. Radu, sharp. Porro, not fucking sharp. Jesus Christ, Porro. Here we go. Test Fraser.
Big praise first pass. Oh, he's going short.
It's off. He's off it now. He's off, guys.
Are we going backwards? We didn't. It's into Pedro Porro. Gets turned over.
But he's just not.
He didn't want to go backwards. Radu Dragishin. He didn't want to go back to Fraser.
I think there's probably been instructions today. Especially for the first 15, 20 minutes.
I agree, though. I think Pedro could have done better there, but it didn't seem like the right option to Pedro because he It's pretty marked there.
Oh, well done, Spence. Went with the runner. That's brilliant. Went with Salah. It's gone out. Porro, that's fucking twice now. Wake up, man. It's twice inside, 2 minutes? He's giving away possession. Radu, back to Fraser. Oh, Lord. Oh, Fraser.
Oh,
Oh, my God,
no.
Fraser. Why? You
Side
imbecile.
netting,
Stop
Salah.
it.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
Fraze,
guys.
please.
I
Please,
don't know what to
Fraze.
say to
Not
you. He's
today,
about to do
Fraze.
it again. You could see it here with the first touch. It's so nonchalant. Didn't get it out of his feet. And then just kicks it straight to Mo Salah of all people. It's unbelievable here from Fraser. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
He's just lost all confidence, hasn't he? Playing out from the
Yeah,
back.
his composure's gone.
He was so good at it before. He actually was. He was not bad up until this point. I mean, maybe he had a little brain fart here and then, but he didn't really show the signs of this before, up until the mistakes. And we're going to be playing with fire here, everybody. Come on, Sar.
Unlucky Star. Good pressure. Don't let him out.
Come on, win
Jesus,
that.
well done,
There we
Porro.
go, Solanke.
Solanke.
Oh,
Well done,
Kulu.
Kulu. Great touch. Oh, he's took it off Solanke's toes. Why? Just leave it for Solanke. It's another ball in behind Jed Spence. They're testing him nice and early. He's got the pace. He's absolutely destroying Mo Salah for pace. Let's see what he can do in possession. Good ball to Archie Gray. Archie Gray. Well done, Archie. Makes up for it. Gone
Gotta
out for
get back,
Liverpool.
though, lad. Oh, well done,
Brilliant
Matters.
from Maddison. Dragerson heads it straight back to Liverpool. Maddison in again. It's getting a bit scrappy here. Trent with the
Trent,
delivery
back
towards the back
post.
post. They're doubled up again. Kulu
Get back,
gets back
Kulu.
in time.
They're
It's
going
another
for a
ball
big
swung in
switch.
here. Well done, Radu. It's another ball here. Again, it's a free
It's
shot for
Diaz.
Diaz.
Oh, jeez, they put us under the pump there. One
Right,
giveaway,
guys.
one little mistake from playing out from the back, and all of a sudden we're just under the pump for a few minutes there.
I think we're going to have to get the tents out, Jack. Get the guy ropes pegged down. Get the bus in. It's going to be a long evening, this. It's going to be a long, long evening.
House of Fraser, says Stephen Tuckwood.
Seems like, yeah, that's the horror house, isn't it? Great.
Scooter reacts, every bounce goes their way. It did kind of has felt that way for the initial parts, but we're only a few minutes. Maybe we'll get a lucky bounce.
Porro goes in behind here, stretches it a little. That's a good idea.
Oh,
Solanke
touch
stuck up.
from Van Dijk.
There. Kulu on the press. Keep going, Kulu. That's it.
What a touch.
He already looks like he's going to fall over. Oh, go on, Maddison. Keep it on.
Pressure matters.
Can Basuma get there? Good touch by Sabozlai to take it away from him. Sonny trying to press Trent. Forces them
Well done,
long.
lads.
Radu, that's poor. And he get back. Get back.
It's into Gakpo. To Andy Robertson. No, it's just a basketball game right now.
I don't think Radu read that. I don't think Radu realised that striker was gone in behind him there. He's just jogging back. He's got to open the legs and realise that.
Where's Simon Hooper when you need him? Says Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, we're being absolutely pelted here for the first 5 minutes. Cannot get out of our own half. Yeah, Porro, no point in clapping everywhere. Just get on with the game. Do something.
Oh, that's very funny, Jimmy.
Do not switch off. Do not let Virgil rise from the ashes here.
Oh, he's so dangerous from set pieces.
Don't tell me Maddison is marking Virgil van Dijk. Please tell me
he wins it every time. He's sort of like Tarkovsky. He wins it every time.
It's okay. It's Radu and Kulu. Oh, that's a poor body check from Kulu.
Oh, my Lord. Where did that ball go? It disappeared in there. Trent, first time to no one. Too audacious.
Right, Fraser. Go down. Untie your laces. Retie them. Let's get a breather here.
Slap yourself across the face, Fraser. Have a sip of one of the fans' beers.
Why is he just getting on with it straight away? Just go down, tie your laces, and give us a breather for a minute.
So fucking nervous, man. Spence. Archie.
Great. No option but to pump it long. Liverpool's press is relentless.
Well done, Matters.
Well done, Maddison. Oh, ball just won't bounce his fucking way.
He's working hard in these initial minutes, Maddison.
Yeah, he is. He's getting in. The ball just won't bounce for him.
Radu over the top. Trent clears it. Not a convincing clearance. Good touch, Matters. Sir!
Hey! Come on, Simon. Well done. Do we need the physio on? Too early?
This whole playing out from the back is bloody daft sometimes.
TV friends, buckle up, everyone.
I mean, you do sometimes, and then you do sometimes see the rewards, right? We just pump it long, and then all of a sudden, we do have it higher up the pitch. But there is a reason we do it. There is a reason we do it.
Oh, Kulu.
Well
Oh, well done.
done.
Basuma. Just play it.
Lovely.
Play it. Madison. Good switcher play out to Sonny. Well
Good
kept in by Sonny.
touch.
Well done.
Come
You've
on,
got
son.
Jedi Spence.
Scott Kulu.
Cuts inside. That's poor from Son. You can't give away the ball when he's made an overlap like that. You just cannot do it. That's
Great
suicide.
recovery from Basuma, though. Good defending there.
Give back to him, Radu.
Yeah, it's got an option there. It wasn't the right pass.
No,
he's going to go back to Phrase. Oh, Lord.
Please, not him.
Oh,
on Phrase. Good ball out to Spence. Come on, Spence, inject something here. Good ball into Slanky. Jesus, touch of a truck.
Yeah,
He'll
that's
take
his
it
first touch, I think. Not
Spence.
a good one.
Oh,
get onto it, Basuma.
Well done, Basuma. Go back, go back. Great.
A touch of nervousness about the team right now.
Making me nervous. Radu. Good ball for Star. Can he get turned? He can't. He goes, bow, oh, Lord.
Yeah, sometimes we're just going the wrong direction, I feel like.
Good ball.
Hey,
Fraser.
there he goes. Phrase,
That's
another one.
Now. Go on, Spence, take that. Look at that.
Yeah, take your space, lad.
It's beautiful.
There you go. Lovely.
Oh, good play. Great footwork by Spence. Madison. Ref,
well done,
come on now.
Sir.
Well done, Madison. Gets the pass off anyway. On to Sar. Sar out to Kulu. Bit of space here. What can he do? Looks to go on the outside. Gets to the cross. Back post. Sonny's waiting there. Madison picked it up. Back to Son.
Sonny.
Can Son create half a yard?
Space here.
Oh, no. Wrong
not
ball.
on the same wavelength. Sir!
Whoa. He's come through the back of him there. If that's anywhere in the field, that's a free kick.
Just barged through the back of him there.
That's the wrong ball by Sonny Doe. Madison has just done that to take the players away. He's got to go backwards there, son.
How's that not a foul?
I think VAR should look at that. That's in the back.
A foul?
Yeah, that's in the back.
He has got it protected. He doesn't win the ball there. He doesn't win the ball there. He doesn't win it.
Let's get a VAR decision here.
It's not even. It's not like he's going down easy either. Like he's just barged him over.
Oh, Gray misses it. Basuma, well done. Spence picks it up. He loses out. Get back. Look at Mo Salah. Poro, stop being a chicken. Get out there. There we are. See what happens when you go to them? You force them backwards, Poro. Liverpool looking for the switch of play. It's on to Virgil or Gomez. It's gone out to Trent. Trent delivers a beautiful ball in behind. Fraser, come out!
Fraser, come out!
Jesus, what is he doing? He's rooted to the line. Holy shit, Fraser.
It's like in his 6-yard box.
He's in his 6-yard box and he's standing there like a statue.
Might have been.
He's off.
Might have been off. It's in his 6-yard box, man.
And even the parry isn't great. You're straight back into danger. Trent's on it. He's going to deliver another one. Doubling up on him with Son and Adogi. Gomez. Pumps it long in behind Pedro Porro. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Cool.
Well done, Basuma.
Well done, Basuma. Slanky, nothing he could do there. That's a free. Well done. Oh, we've survived 10 minutes anyway.
McAllister looks well pissed.
Kulu's got to get back there and help Porro quicker.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody, I do feel like a lot of players seem to be playing very nervous. Fraser just gets it launched. Man, this guy has lost his head. Slanky.
Slanky, please, Slanky.
2 bad touches from Slanky so far.
Oh, no. Jed Spence, how does he deal with this with Mo Salah chasing down? Oh, it's brilliant from Jed Spence.
I'll see you later.
Brilliant. Composure. The kid is composure personified. Radu. Into the part there. Don't you dare. Good ball to Basuma to Sar. He breaks away. He's breaking away.
Someone make a run, Kulu. He needs a run there, Dave. I mean, he takes 3-4 touches.
Pullback that stopped it. Kulu made the initial run and had to come back onside.
Mm-hmm.
It was the pullback on Sar that stopped him from playing it the first time.
V-Scard saying, Sunday fun day, boys. Let's stay positive. I don't think
there's anything fun about this.
I think it's just a roller coaster game right now, V-Scard. Yeah. But listen, we're going into it with not as much pressure as we were the Man United game. That's for sure. You know, we're going into it pretty
Oh, well done,
positive.
Bissouma. Sar, can he get turned to find something here?
Really appreciate it, man.
Big up, V-Scar. Good to see you, my man. Yeah, look, I'm trying to enjoy the game, but anyone that knows, everyone around me is Liverpool, so big game for me, man. It makes me nervous. Can Kulu hold that up? That's
Done,
brilliant
Kulu.
play from Kulu. Someone get there and help him.
Well done,
Go on,
Bissouma.
Bissouma.
Sir!
That's ours. That's ours.
Wow.
Oh, this referee,
is
man.
baffling me this game. I still am really asking questions about a penalty from earlier. Like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I've seen Davison Sanchez do that in a game and be called for a penalty. What's the referee doing here?
He wants to get in position before he lets them get on with it. He wants a breather. Must have had the PGMOL Christmas party.
Good to see you, Ribsy. Hopefully you're all right, Ribsy. Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Spence back to Gray. Great ball into Maddison. Can Maddison release Sonny? Can Sonny find Solanke? Goes back inside. Good decision.
Good touches from
Sarr.
Sonny so far.
Can't
He's
lose
sharp.
it there, Sarr. Sorry, you can't lose it there.
He's not really gotten into the game, Sarr. I would say Matters and Sonny are the only ones that look, and Spence are the only ones that seem to have a bit of confidence.
Sarr's getting into great positions to get on the ball and receive it. It's that end product that's just not being there well on Spence again. It's just the end product there with that final pass where you can break away. It's just been poor. It's letting them down. Big up, Ribsy, though. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're keeping well. And happy Christmas to you and the family, brother.
Yeah, it's just for me, Dave. I think it's the only players that are giving me that confidence right now are Maddison, Sonny, and Spence. It's that whole left side. It's that whole left side has been actually decent.
Oh, good ball over top here. Kulu. Get it across to Sonny now.
Post.
Get it to Sonny now. Oh, he's held it too long.
Too many touches,
couldn't get it under control. Pulls it back here to Sarr.
Oh,
man on.
Space there.
Bissouma. Yeah, he had space. If he could just get it under.
Bissouma. Poor pass.
If he could have just got that one under control and whipped it across first time, some was in.
You can tell Salah does not fancy himself anymore against Spence in that.
I don't want to say anything about that just yet, Jack.
Well, he could still get behind him, no problem. But you know what I mean? Like there, if he really fancied it, he would have taken a space there, Salah. But he knew that Spence was going to catch up to him. He's still lightning quick. He can still get behind anybody.
I think on that, he's probably going to try and wait till later on in the game.
But, you know, you can tell he's had to think about it differently.
Let Spence exhaust himself a little bit. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's what you probably will end up doing. Let Spence maybe exhaust himself a little bit. Oh,
Solanke, man.
Funny, we're a bit sharper. We do look a small bit leggy from the Thursday night.
Solanke's been a bit off it for me. I think Sarr's been a tad off it.
Everyone's slightly a bit off it. We do look a bit leggy. I could see it in Kulu in the first few minutes when he went to press. He was nearly falling over on the press. Oh, Porro, that's piss poor. That's piss poor from Porro. Liverpool, the shot from the edge of the box.
Porro's just not been defending well the past few games. He just continues to get targeted, Porro.
It's pathetic defending that. He's in front of the guy.
Doesn't even go for the header.
Pathetic that. Yeah, just clear it, man. Just clear your lines. It's pathetic.
No, ball over again for Kulu.
This one's promising. Get your head up. Son's in there.
Come on, Kulu.
Son's in there. Get the head up.
Him again.
He's facing up. The full back cuts inside.
Oh, lovely. Sarr.
Oh, unlucky. This is better from Tottenham, though. This is much better from Tottenham.
2 times now we've gotten in behind Andy Robertson.
Oh.
2 times now we've gotten in behind Andy Robertson with Kulu. It's just Kulu's taking too long to make a decision for me.
Oh, if he got his head up and trusted his right foot, some was in.
Yeah.
It's the thing. Twice. I'll get the pressure on here. Oh, unlucky.
It was hilarious. I thought it was a replay because it looked like the exact same chance. Oh, well done, Pedro. Get onto it.
Porro. Bissouma. Back to Porro.
Why is he going back to Porro there?
Get the switch on. Radu back to the Porro. Oh, cheeky from Porro into Kulu. Just couldn't get the direction on it for Solanke. Liverpool are out here. Dawson trying to get back. He does well there to force them backwards. Mark up. It's going to be delivered across. Oh, it's a good ball. They're queuing up.
Good block. Oh, Spence again.
Twice. Brilliant
Incredible
from
from
Jed
Spence.
Spence. Well done, Madison.
Sonny, got to
Sonny,
take your
use that
space,
space.
lad.
You got to
Run,
carry.
lad.
You got to carry. Go on, Sonny. He's knackered. You can see it in him. He's bollocksed. We are
First,
absolutely
you
out on
just
our
didn't
feet
even see
already.
it. First, you
What
didn't even.
defending from Jed Spence?
Yeah, incredible
If
from
he
Jed.
can see it, he just doesn't want to go with it because he's knackered, Jack. You can
Oh,
see
that
that.
first block was amazing.
Even the second one, to stay switched on for the second one, I love it. The first one's a great block, but then to stay switched on for the second again, look at that. How many times have we seen players,
Oh,
make the block and then want the hero applause? He just
no
gets up.
Eric Dyer
Oh
there.
no, Basuma! What are you doing, Basuma? Out to Mo Salah.
Jed, careful, Jed. Oh, Archie
Oh,
off the
what's
bar.
off the bar? Fuck's
Holy
sake,
Lord.
Basuma, you're not there, man. So you could see Sarah letting
The
rip
thing with
at
Basuma
Basuma
for
there.
me, Dave, he can have a good game, Basuma, but then he's always going to have one of these. He always
You can
does.
see Sarah there turning straight around to him and fucking giving one. He's dead right there. It's not good enough from Basuma. They're the passes you got to take care of. Like that's what you just call executing the basics. There's something to be said for it, doing the basics time and time again.
Yeah, that's two in a row there from Basuma. Solanke, get onto it, lad.
Liverpool are starting to get some space here. We're starting to tire a little here. Oh, it's a good pull back behind Porro again. It's gone too far over. Can Jed Spence get out there and stop Trent from crossing the ball? He tries to get out there with urgency. That's fucking brilliant from Spence.
Well done.
That is absolutely brilliant work from Jed Spence. It's not gone out for a corner. No way. I thought that went into Fraser's hands there. You just look at the midfield, they're starting to look a bit leggy. You look at the forward line, they're starting to look a little bit leggy. I worry. We got away with that one.
A lot of shots for Liverpool. 8 shots, 1 on target.
So I'm saying if we get a chance today, we've got to bloody take it.
Yeah.
Can't afford to miss a one-on-one or a good opportunity inside the box. Robertson with the delivery. Can Spurs clear their lines here?
Well done, Solanke.
Well done, Solanke.
Get out, Kulu.
Well done, Kulu. You've done enough there. Now Solanke's coming to help you. It's another ball in behind. Archie Gray goes.
Archie, lovely lad.
And a cushion header down to Kulu to match. Get your head up. Maddison wants it. He's being marked now.
Sar.
Well done, Sar. That's probably brilliant work. Back onto Maddison. Maddison looks to go for Sonny in behind. There's the angle on the ball. It is there.
Get there, Sonny.
Oh, that's a red card, ref. Oh, he's not even giving it. He's not even giving it.
Oh my Lord, this referee.
That's a red card. Son's gone.
That's two dodgy challenges that he's just completely waved off.
No, Porra, don't overcompensate. You got to be careful if they overlap. You're not. Oh, brilliant defending from Archie Gray. How's that not a red card on Trent Alexander-Arnold? He's pulled him down.
Dave, I mean, these are 2 challenges now that the referees just completely told us to get up from. I'm just baffled by it.
I think Son, maybe Son could have got up a bit quicker and tried to go after it. But I do think Son was looking for the card there. Maybe asking the question for the red card there.
I mean, he tries to get up here and get in Sonny's way. He literally tries to get underneath him.
Even there, though, Son's got to be quicker to try and get up there.
How on earth? I mean, that's a foul already. That's a foul. And then here's a foul. That's a foul.
Surely Vara pulled that back.
Oh, my Lord. This is getting ridiculous.
Well
and the
done,
one
Maddison.
on Maddison was a penalty.
Maddison, don't lose it there. Well done. Gray into Sarr. Sarr refusing to go back to Forrester.
How's he just told us to get up from both of those?
Sarr dropping in to take the ball off the responsibility from deep now. Good
Well
ball
done,
into Maddison. Or into Solanke. Basuma onto Maddison. Madison onto
Run,
Sonny.
Solanke. Run, man.
You got to feed
space,
that now.
Sonny. There you go.
Kulu.
Into
Good ball to
Kulu.
Kulu. Oh, tries
Kulu.
to play Solanke. It's just not there.
Just couldn't get control of it. Well done,
Archie Gray back to Fraser. Brilliant from Archie. He's been brilliant the last few minutes.
Well done, Fraze.
Sarr. Game starting to open up a little here for Tottenham. Liverpool starting to drop back a little bit. Maddison onto Sonny. Sonny makes Trent, gives away the ball. McAllister, or is that supposed like? Onto Robertson.
Everyone's me personally, I mean, we haven't really been talking about the refs very much this season, but very
I definitely think Trent's got away with two now. You know, that should have at least been given a free kick and a yellow card, especially after the one earlier on in the game where he bundled Maddison over in the box.
oh,
Oh, it's a
good
good ball.
ball.
It's
It's a
one to
goal.
Liverpool. Fuck off.
Is it offsides? Maybe.
He has
No, it
no
doesn't look
chance.
to be.
It's just a good ball in. Ah, we were doing so well. It's just a good ball by Trent. Shouldn't be on the pitch to make that ball though.
Well, it was Sabatsly who made the challenge. It wasn't Trent for the one on Sun. I think it was Sabozlai. But Trent is the one who I think that was a penalty on Maddison. I don't think Maddison was looking for it. Especially Maddison wasn't going anywhere. And he just barges into the back of him. And he looks on.
He's way on.
It's a good header. It's a good ball. It's a good finish.
I don't know why Porro's throwing his arms up screaming. It's gone in behind Radu. That's your territory.
It's Porro's man. It's Porro's man. Radu doesn't seem to know about the run. He doesn't seem to know it's there.
It's just poor from fucking Porro, man. He's just got his hands up blaming people straight away. It's his man. He's just let it go. No point in blaming other people. Just take responsibility, man.
It's an incredible cross.
It is. It's a great ball.
And it's a great finish.
Vicario probably says that.
Pedro went behind for Solanke. Sonny's been at the back post a couple of times now. Yeah. He can't find him. Corner for Spurs.
Let's see if we can pull something out of the bag here.
Kulu.
Unlucky.
Would now be the balloons moment, if I'm not mistaken.
What did they say? 24, 28 minute? Yeah, I think you're right. 24
23?
minute.
Isn't it 23?
23 or 24 to represent how long they've been in charge of the club.
Oh, cameraman's doing a good job not showing the balloons.
Yeah.
I don't see them.
Well done, Radu. Can Sar get there? No. Just got to try and hang in here. Don't let it get any worse than this. Oh, lucky son. Son on the press. Porro is being run around out there. Please take him off at halftime, Ange. If a doggy's anywhere fit, you got to get him on. Get out. Spence. Archie Gray puts it long. They're holding on to Slanky, ref. Oh, well done, Sar. Does well. Initially, Fraser gets down and makes the save. Luis Diaz is getting too involved in this game. Porro's got to wake up now. Spence driving forward. Looking for options.
Got very few. He had to force that to Maddison. Basuma, man, please.
How long do you think you have, man?
Took like 2 touches and he couldn't even get it under control on 2 touches. It's a simple pass.
Fucking hell. Postecoglou is starting to get pissed off with him now. You can see it there.
I mean, Dave, it was like a 4-yard ball to him and he took 2 touches to get it under control.
It's just like, how long does the guy think he has on the ball? You know what I mean? He slows it right down, nonchalant. He's got to be moved quickly.
But it's also during a period when we're showing again nervousness. We need to have that. You need to have your number 6 be calm on the ball.
Well done, Archie Gray. It's the first time Salah's gone in behind Spence, and Archie Gray's dealt with it brilliantly.
Just unnecessary giveaways. I mean, they are putting us under pressure. But that's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Spence into
Good ball
Matters.
from Maddison.
Good ball, Maddison. Sonny.
Like he hasn't really made the burst
there.
Yeah,
we just aren't making good runs for each other. Not making good runs for each other. Basuma. Radu. Big switch from Radu. Nearly there for Maddison. Almost had it.
He's overhit every single fucking one of them already. Just a few times he's tried it now. He hasn't been successful with any of them. Liverpool are out here running that Porro again. They fancy this. Forces them backwards. Solanke on the press. Van Dijk. Oh, it's a good turn by Gravenberch.
Free kick.
It's not yellow. Don't you dare put out a yellow.
Almost looked like he won the ball. He literally won the ball. Looked like he won the ball.
Porro is given too much space for a winger to think of what to do exactly, and that's the problem. When you do that and you give them too much space, realistically, you allow them to go inside or outside. What you got to do is show them one way, ideally onto their weak foot. That's all you got to do. But he backs off and allows them to go either way.
King Hoddle saying this is the same referee that didn't send Kwanzaa off versus Southampton.
Maybe he's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, he's saying he's a bent referee.
Trent or Robertson with the delivery here.
Good clearance from Radu.
It's a shot here from the edge of the box. Close it down.
He's got so much time.
Oh, Jesus, get it cleared. Oh, my Lord, even that's shit.
Solanke seems to be hurt from it.
Oh, let's put it back across.
Cleared away again by Solanke.
Just stay in there, Solanke. You're the only one that's doing it.
He's holding his head, though.
Porro, will you get out there, man?
Solanke clears it again. He's center back, striker turned center back. Porro over the top to Kulu. It's not a great pass from Porro. Porro's been so shit.
He's just so slow getting out there, man. He's costing us.
Porro's been so poor. Solanke, yeah, really feeling the hit. I mean, brave defending from Solanke for... What a header from Dragon.
Spence has been doing a great job out that side, getting out the players and closing them down on that. You know, in general. But anytime it goes down Porro's side, Diaz is just smoking them.
Got kicked in the head by Radu. All over the top.
He's off. Basuma. Archie. Oh, fucking hell. Come on.
Basuma, man. He's just... Good play, Jed. Lovely. Lovely Solanke. Lovely Solanke. Sonny. Well done, Solanke. Find Kulu, man. God damn it. Solanke, man. Does so well there. And then in the final moment, the easiest part.
Yeah.
The only solace I'm taking is I do think the left side for us has been our creative point. It's been Maddison, Sonny, and Spence. I think are the only ones I could say could maybe be leaned on in this game that are actually playing okay. Not even saying they're playing that well. It's just that's where our brightest moments have been from.
Basuma, you're caught there. He was caught slacking there. As soon as Sarr goes, all you got to do is go on to the next man, and he's just caught standing there.
Well done, Sarr. Sir!
That is a fucking yellow card. That is a yellow card. Thank you. It's been a painful watch so far. It's been hard.
Over the top to Sonny. Just more out of hope.
Well done, Maddison. Take your time, guys. Just take a breather for a minute. Spence to Maddison. Back to Spence. Another throw in for Tottenham Hotspur. Spence with the throw-in again. Looking for runners. Not exactly options here. Son drops in for it. We're not good on the ball today. That's not a Liverpool throw-in. Holy shit. That's poor officiating, that. Basuma, good header down to Sonny. Don't lose it again. Thank you. Basuma. Why play it when he's already offside?
Why even go there? There's
offside,
but there's nobody over there. Why dribble it over there? There's literally no one over there. You're dribbling towards more Liverpool
what
players.
annoys me though, Jack, he sees the run of Solanke, he ignores it, and then when he's got no other options and Solanke's offside, then he plays it. Fucking play it sooner. It's piss poor from Basuma, that. Piss poor.
He's just so hot and cold, man.
Get him. Oh, do you know what? If he continues this for the next 20-odd minutes, I would honestly put Sarah in there, get Kulu into the middle, get Brennan Johnson outright.
Or Bergvall.
Or Bergvall.
And just have Sarr drop deeper.
Oh, come on, Radu, that's never on. You're just putting that straight down.
Yeah, why do we keep pumping it? We keep pumping it long this game. And not at the right times.
Ref, that's his second challenge. He's already on a yellow.
We're pumping it long, too. Oh, Sonny's...
No, fuck off, ref.
Dude, this ref is fucked.
He's called it back for a moving ball.
This ref is fucked, man.
Well, they better use this as motivation then, this second half. Is it moving? No, it's not.
He's fucked, man.
No, it's not moving. Oh, ref. Oh, no, ref. He's made an absolute blunder there.
He's being shoved over, too, Kulu. Like, he stops the ball after being shoved over by the Liverpool players. And then he complains about the ball moving. Well, how about you discipline the Liverpool players for touching Kulu after the foul? This ref is bent, man. These are 3 moments here. 3 moments. Like, Szoboszlai, debatably a foul. Yellow card at least. Doesn't even give it. James Maddison shoved over in the penalty area, not even going anywhere. And then that's in behind. Sonny's in.
And he's on as well. Oh, well done, Spence. Sonny.
If this were an Arsenal game, we'd already be hearing about this.
Yeah. Radu. Porro. Sarr. It's a bloody delicious ball over the top. Maddison, keep it in. Well done.
Just hold it up, man. Just need to hold it up, man. You just don't need to try anything like that. Sorry. I think my internet went there for a sec.
You're all good, lad. Oh, it's too easy, that. That's just one straight ball in between the lines. Out to Pedro Porro's side again. He's backing off. How much more do you want to retreat? He's inviting the pressure in. Fraser doesn't get there. It's 2-0 Liverpool. That's absolutely shocking. Get fucking Porro off at halftime. Get him fucking off at halftime. He has been absolutely atrocious out there. He keeps backing off. You look at Spence up against Salah out there all game. Porro is a chicken. He keeps backing inside. Get him fucking off at halftime. I'm not having it. It's piss poor from him. It's piss poor.
So much space there for Szoboszlai.
Look at Porro, though. This is pathetic defending. He doesn't realise the danger. Look, backing in, coming at me.
Fraser is also just rooted to his spot. Fraser's
Archie Grant's bench went for the same ball as well.
Yeah. It's really poor again. Just everyone's been off it. Everyone's been poor. Spence, maybe, I'd say maybe an exception. But
my head is starting to hurt watching Pedro now. He just keeps allowing the winger to fucking drive at him every time. Midfield I don't even blame Forrester there for there. Porro's got to go and start stopping the ball at source. He's not doing it.
I think there are too many players on the pitch right now having stinkers.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I think Radu isn't playing nearly as well.
It's been a very hard watch.
Porro
has been so disjointed all over the pitch.
Basuma's been poor. Poro's been poor. Radu's been poor. Kulu hasn't really gotten into the game. Maddison, even though I think he's been okay, hasn't really gotten into the game. And then Forrester, I would say, again, as much as he started to get a little bit better playing out from the back this game, still has given me nothing but nerves. And then
Yeah.
also, I think on that occasion as well, could he have done better? Could he have come out and done something there to throw off the header? Because he's a spectator the whole time. And for a guy that's 6'8", he loves staying rooted to his line.
I also think the front line hasn't worked today either.
No, it
Some
hasn't.
Slanky Kulu, they're not holding up the
Slanky's
ball
been.
enough.
I forgot to say that Slanky's been well off at this game. He's been well off at Slanky. Sonny,
As a striker,
terrible
God.
cross.
What fucking
Shocking
chance
cross.
as a striker, God.
The shocking cross. I was going to say that too. I was going to say with Basuma, Poro, Solanke have all been really poor.
Like, you got to relieve the pressure at some point on the back line and hold up the ball and get you out. They haven't done it anywhere near effective enough. Just to give you a breather.
But yeah, that's my thinking, Dave. It's just so many people are having stinkers out here. Maddison, into Sonny here. Oh, my Lord, Sonny. Please, man. That's so wasteful. It's not the right option. Left-footed as well, and you're going across. You have Slanky, you have Kulu. My Lord, Sonny, it's so poor.
Azeed Hamid says, get him out now. I'm fed up with this, man. You weren't saying that after United game.
It's good
You
to
weren't
see you,
here after
Azad.
United game.
It's good to see you,
You got to be
Azad.
consistent. You can't just do it when we're losing a game of football. You got to come in and do it when we're winning as well, Azad.
Happy holidays, man, even if you're celebrating or not celebrating. But listen, man, like, if I don't know if this is the game to be doing it either. I think there could have been some other games where maybe you were busy with stuff and you couldn't come in the chat. But I don't know if this is the game that's really riding on Ange.
2-0 down, and now we're popping it around like we're supposed to. Baffles me. Now Basuma's showing some urgency. I'm fucking sick of him. I am sick of the death of him.
Suppose like, Sar, got time, Sar. You got time.
Please,
Find
let's
Sonny.
score one back before halftime.
It's behind him.
Sonny. It's no good.
Everyone's been
no good. It's behind him. Son doesn't want that behind him. He wants it ahead of him to run onto.
Well done, son. Kulu. Into Solanke. Back to Solanke. Maddison. Maddison, take the shot, man. That's not the right option. Sar! Oh, ridiculous goal.
That would have been an unbelievable goal.
That would have been an absurd goal from Czar. Unbelievable. He doesn't strike it well enough, but it's the right idea. Turnover from Spurs.
Maddison.
Ah!
Yeah! Come on! Come fucking on! Come on, baby!
Thank you, Madden.
Get up, McAllister. Fuck off. Get up. Shitbag.
Please. Oh, referee, I know he's so bent. You could tell he's just itching for it, Dave. He's got a hard on to take this away.
No, it can't be. I'm sorry, I'm not giving it. If you're not going to give the one on Son, don't cry and give that one. Same rules apply. It was a coming together. That's what he gave the excuse to one on Sonny. Oh, get up. He's not calling for that. He's already gone to ground. There's no way.
I mean, it's the same thing that happened to Sonny. It's the exact same thing, if not nowhere near as bad.
They're going to say that Kulu's training leg here stopped them from getting back up. Fuck off.
What a finish for Maddison. He actually catches Allison wrong-footed. He uses Van Dijk as a decoy as well, or as kind of a...
Well, this better count. If they rule this out, I'm turning this game off. I'm not watching the rest of this. I'm not doing it today. Not if I were going to do them like that.
Dave, what a finish from Maddison, actually. I'm not sure. Allison is just like... Allison is completely... He must have thought he was doing something completely different.
Again, if I'm Solanke, I'm absolutely screaming. It's like, fucking play me, please. But it's a great finish from Maddison. And it's been given.
Come on, lads. Come on, Matters.
Yes, it's been given. Come on. Let's go after this now, Tottenham. Let's bloody go.
Slanky,
Oh no.
Through.
Oh no, they're through already.
Radu's just like, it's like an ocean. Good
Well
block
done,
from
Spence.
Jed.
Fucking brilliant from
What a
Spence.
block.
He's off, is he?
Offsides. Offsides. But what a block from Jed.
We needed that goal from Maddison. We needed that right before halftime.
Not sure what he did. He must have done a few things to throw off Allison there because he really did.
It's a great finish.
He must have thought he was going maybe a different. Maybe he must have thought he was going far post
Come on, let's
across
get a second
across him.
before
But then he
halftime.
also seemed to use Van Dijk there.
See if we can get a second before halftime here.
Classy
well
for
done between Maddison
Madison.
and
Classy for Matters. Over
Basuma.
the top. Ah, gotta
Never.
continue your run, Matters. Well done, Basuma.
Oh,
Sar
pick it.
couldn't
Unlucky.
control it. Basuma.
Come on, Spurs. Let's get another chance before halftime.
Basuma's right. Need to go to Radu there. Gray. Take your space, lad. Basuma is playing that too early. Way too early, man.
Oh, well done, Kulu. The ball is just
Well done, Kulu. Sonny, good
good
pass.
pick up. Sir, no, do not give it out to him. Please don't. Thank you. No, he's going to lose it, Jack. I don't want him. I want him off at halftime. I love
Kulu,
him, but
can he
he's pissing
find
me off.
Sonny? Ah, can he find
look,
Slanky?
Slanky,
One
so
of them,
free.
man. One of them. Oh, two of them. Good runs. Two great runs.
Do we score our first shot on target?
Might have been. I can't recall that many shots. We have 2 shots on target, it says. Oh, because Sar, Dave, right
Oh,
before
I
that,
just got
remember?
mad.
Right before that, Pop Montasar had the shot
Oh,
from
yeah.
distance. But Dave, I mean, Kulu, he's got to play one of them there.
Andrew looks very unhappy out there. That's a few times on the sideline. He's been agitated, screaming.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky. I just think Kulu's got to play Sonny or Solanke there. Both
Yeah,
of them
yeah,
are.
he's got to play one of them balls. Absolutely, for sure, lad.
Because it's 2 minutes away from halftime.
The
Like,
thing is, you've got 2 players there on one centre back. If the centre back, if he misses that and he goes with the runner and it falls to Slanky, or if Son takes it, you got to play that ball. You're absolutely spot on. You got to take.
if it was the 13th, my point is, if it were like the 13th minute,
Brilliant.
I don't know if I would call it out that much if it were like 13 minutes in, but it's like 2 minutes before halftime here. Like, you got to play those. You don't have other opportunities. Just as we have momentum, too. I mean,
Just try and see this out to halftime, or at least see if we can just do
got something back. Got something back.
I think you got to get Porro off at halftime, though. I think if you really want to fake this game, you got to get him off, Jack. Put Spence out there, but get a doggy on. But you don't know how fit a doggy is. Is it just he's on the bench because he's semi-fit? Well,
I'd even consider a change in midfield as much. I don't think Basuma's played well at all.
No, I don't think so either. I would think about putting Sarr back in that 6. They're the 2. If I was making 2, they'd be the 2 I'd make.
Well, everyone, get in your thoughts right as we're wrapping up this half.
Go on, Spence. Go on, Spence. Go on, Spence.
Oh, nearly had him there.
Win that. No, you got to win that. No. You have to win that.
Oh, fuck.
Radu, you have to win that.
Oh,
Radu,
no.
you have to win that. You fucked it,
3-1.
Radu.
Fuck.
Fucking hell, Radu. You have to go win. If you're coming out there, you have to win it, Radu. It's poor, man. It's piss poor from him there. You can't vacate that. You cannot vacate that and not go and win that. Especially if it's not a big guy up front that he's lost out to. I'll go mad. Right before halftime. That's a killer. That's a sucker punch, that.
No,
Look at Radu.
It's just been a weird
He's
game.
He's lost out to Sabozlai. It's poor where at that situation, if you're not going to win it, you've got to stick. You cannot vacate.
Yeah, he
that.
abandons the whole back line. Just leaves it leaves an ocean of space in behind.
It's really poor decision making from Radu Dragusin there. It's really piss poor decision making. Just after finding a way back into the game. That's the killer goal, that's the killer blow. Goes before halftime, kill you.
You could also argue that Radu, as much as I think Porro doesn't help on the first goal, Dave, the first one for Luis Diaz, you could argue that Radu doesn't really do us any favors in the first goal. You could say he's kind of at fault for both. He's not had a good day, Radu. A lot of people have not had a good day today. A lot of players have been so off it. Into Sar. Kulu. Well done, Kulu. Well done, Solanke.
Play Sonny.
Maddison. Come
Oh,
on, Sonny.
no, Sonny, that's never on. That's never on. Fuck off.
Halftime, everybody. Get in your thoughts, please. Take a moment, though. Talk about NordVPN. Please, everybody, use the code FLATCAP. Get yourself a 2-year plan. Get 4 extra months free, 30-day money-back guarantee right before the holidays as well. While you're traveling, going to maybe a different country, going to a new place, you can make sure that you're able to still watch Spurs games, still able to watch things on your Netflix subscription, Hulu subscription, whatever you might have. Because I know if you're going to a new country or if you're traveling for the holidays while you have some time off, it is good to have a VPN, by the way, everybody. It just makes things a lot easier on yourself. You can also save some money if you're looking to get a cheaper streaming service. If you spend a lot of money on presents and things like that, you need to save a buck or two. Maybe look at a different country that plays Premier League games, that plays Spurs games. Save yourself a buck or two. I know Drew have. I know Ribsy has. I know they've saved a lot of money on it. And then also, like I said, if you're, maybe looking to maybe take some time away. A lot of people have time off work right now. They're going to maybe a vacation away from their country, going to Spain, going to Mexico, whatever it might be. You can't always be able to access, the same Netflix or the same Hulu or whatever it might be that, you like to wind down with at the end of an evening. Use a VPN and make your life a whole lot easier. You don't have to stress about it. Also, only need to get one subscription up to 10 devices so you can share it with the whole family if they're all traveling with you. And no buffering as well, which Dave points out. And then last and not least, makes your life a lot more secure. You don't have to have your data, passwords, all that stuff be leaked or anything like that. But Dave, am I missing anything before we wrap up
Look,
that ridiculous half?
yeah, it's all for the price of a cup of coffee a month, guys. So can't do any better than that. So make sure you get on it. Big up NordVPN. Really appreciate the sponsorship over the last few months. The partnership. It's been really, really good. So thank you very much. Look, I'd rather keep plugging NordVPN now if to get in and dissect the half. Do you know what, Jack? It's been done off our own mistakes. We're our own worst enemy, and it's becoming to a point where it's frustrating. Look, don't get me wrong. You can see within out there, that there are players that are tired from that Man United game. They put a lot of energy into it. Ideally, they would have liked to get it done at halftime and not have that scare in the second half and have to expend as much energy as they did. They're tired out there today. I think Jed Spence has been absolutely brilliant out there at left back dealing with Mo Salah. But my God, Pedro Porro out there dealing with Diaz, he is getting absolutely roasted. The first 2 minutes, he gave away the ball twice. I'm sorry, this is going to get worse if you don't get him off at halftime because he's making everybody else around him nervous and erratic. And the fact that he's just backing off, allowing them to get balls into the box, it's putting us under pressure. When nothing's coming from out that side, bar the first goal, which you would argue Sonny's got to get out to Trent quicker. But Jed Spence has stopped everything at source with Mo Salah. Why can't Pedro Porro do the same over there against fucking Diaz? It's causing us an amount of problems out there, and he's nowhere near good enough. Get him the fuck off the pitch because it's going to get worse if you don't. Radu Dragusin for that last goal is absolutely shocking. This is my thing. We're not streetwise, Jack, and this is a big problem of mine. We're not streetwise. That ball that comes in there, you're after getting a goal to get yourself back into the game. If you're not 100% sure you're going to win that, you don't go and vacate all that space. He is just gone. Hasn't asked anybody to tuck in. Had no communication with anybody. He's just gone and vacated. And what's worse, he lost out to Szoboszlai. Now, that guy is not known for his area prowess. That's even worse. So it's weak from Dragusin. But at that point there, you've just got to make a split-second decision. I'm not going to go for it. I don't think I'm going to win it. I'm going to sit in and not leave that space for them to run in behind and exploit, which is where the goal came from. Really poor from Dragusin. I would expect that from Archie Gray. Not Radu Dragusin, who's been a centre-back his whole career. Nowhere near good enough. Basuma, I would argue, set the tone. They're midway, a couple of minutes, first 10, 15 minutes into the game. He's on the ball in CDM, just gives Liverpool straight possession. We're talking about trying to keep possession, trying to play out from the back. And the thing is, I would understand if it's a player that just can't do it. But he's shown that he can do it. He's shown against Man United he can do it. But then he's down here today, nowhere near good enough. He's out there fucking chasing shadows, ineffective. Sarr is absolutely wrecked. You can see he doesn't have a lot of energy in the legs. He's a bit tired. For me, I think you're going to have to make a change in midfield. And up front, Sonny has been absolutely wasteful in possession. He's been useless. Maddison has done all right. Actually, he's tried in possession and out of possession. He's got stuck in. Kulu, not any great quality either. And Solanke just giving away on amount of possession. And when your forward line ain't effective, ain't holding up that ball is just coming back one way. And that's what we're seeing. We're under the cosh. Piss poor performance. And the reality is we nearly got away with it by getting that goal from Maddison. And if we got it in at 2-1, you think, right, we have a chance. We might nick something from this. Now, games before halftime absolutely change games. It's going to kill us, this. I'm dreading the second half, because second half performances, with all the injuries that we've incurred, they've completely dropped off and they've been a lot worse. So I don't see us. I do not see a fight back today, Jack.
No, I don't. Unless serious change in mentality and quality somehow happens in the
Subs as
second
well.
half.
Subs have to happen.
Subs have to happen. Everyone has played really poor, though, for the most part. Like, it's even Maddison's, bit of quality there. I think he's been one of the better players, but I don't think it's still saying very much. Maybe Jed Spence could probably be excused of some of the criticism, but everybody has looked more or less really nervous and also just really off it today. Sometimes energy levels, maybe in the press, have looked off, but also just quality, like touches, are loose, passes are loose. Runs are kind of strange, not making the right run or not playing the right run. Everyone's looked really, really off it. And also, like you mentioned, with Radu and Pedro Porro, just defensively, we're just getting exposed here in this game. They are making mistakes, but then also just not really helping out anybody with the mistakes. It feels like they're just compounding off of each other. Porro's just getting really picked out there. I think that's the thing. With Ange needs to look at is he is, I feel like, making it look like, I think Slot has spotted something, or at least what a lot of teams have. With Pedro Porro, he seems to always get exposed down that side with those balls over the top, with those big switches of play. And he needs to look to try to bring Spence out there. And like you say, if Destiny is on, move him over to the left, because Salah seems to be more quiet than the likes of that left side. That left side is, or our right side is just getting exposed really poorly. Azad Hamid saying, "Are you not entertained, mate? We are a joke." I mean, Azad, I don't know. It wasn't a game that I was going into with the highest of expectations, to be honest. And I think a lot of us are looking at it as a free hit. Maybe we're losers for doing that, but I'm riding off the high of the Man United game, and I did not see this as a game that Spurs were likely going to win. But to be fair, in order for us to even get any semblance of a hope back in this game, we're just going to need to be so much better in the second half, even to try to come back in this game, or to even try to avoid an embarrassing result here, because we've been really outplayed for pretty much majority of this game, if not the whole 45 minutes.
Like, we were probably expecting a very difficult day at the office, right? But we've just been so piss poor. Like, we're not that bad. We've proven that we can go toe-to-toe with some of the best teams. We can sort of get a foothold in the game. We can create chances. But we have been so far off it. We have been outplayed, outfought, outrun. The only player that's really actually come out with any sort of praise for me, probably Archie Gray to a degree, and Jed Spence yet again. The rest have been absolutely way off it. It's nowhere near good enough. And you would hope that they can find something in the second half and string something together, because if not, this could very easily get embarrassing here. You think Liverpool don't want to make a statement right now heading into Christmas, top of the tree? Of course they do. So this could get very, very embarrassing here. So some of them really need to pick up their energy levels. And look, I don't think this is a free hit. Well, you can't afford to allow that gap to get bigger from where we are to top four. And the reason why it's not a free hit is because when you lose the likes of Ipswich, Palace, teams like that, then these games you lose that meaning of, let's go out there and try and see what we can do. Don't get me wrong, is it a day to dissect and be like, Ange out, this player out, and stuff like that? No, you're playing against the champions. It's always going to be a tough afternoon. But you've got to show better. You've got to put up a better fight than what we have.
Yeah. Azad, I mean, we just have to avoid this getting embarrassing, man. We have to avoid this. I don't want to have another Newcastle thing with you again. I don't want to have another Newcastle performance. Jerome saying, poor on defensive mistakes and Forster shocking. Liverpool are far better and more fresh. Nothing can be done about it. That's the thing. I mean, they're a team that have a host of, I think, more quality players in their team. I think they have, for the most part, better players to pick from the forward line. They also as well have, a more robust midfield at this moment in time. They have a better back line at this moment in time. They have a better goalkeeper at this moment in time. They just, for the most part, have a better team, really, than us. But
There's a
then
clear golfing quality here.
there's
There's just a clear golfing quality.
because some of our guys can't even get it under control, Jerome, in this game. Some of our guys take 3 touches to even get the ball under control. I mean, you see Szoboszlai there, one of the touches that he had even just to get out of pressure there was just top class. And even the ball that Trent Alexander-Arnold plays, we've been we've been crying out for just one player to be able to cross a ball in this team. You see the ball that Trent can play. Walker saying, I like Ange and his style of football, but he's trying to play 5-star football with 3-star ingredients. We play really good stuff, but he needs reinforcements quickly. Happy Christmas all.
Jack, they keep saying the stream is freezing for them all. It's buffering and stuff.
Okay.
I don't think anyone can even
maybe
make
just
out
make
what
a
we're
new
saying.
one. Maybe just make a new one.
Just give it a minute, see if it settles. Oh, it's back. People are saying it's back now, Jack.
Stream is buffering worse than our back 4. Sorry about this, everybody. I really do apologize. Do you think you can answer Nicholas for me, Dave?
What did Nick say?
Nicholas said, I like Ange and his style of football, but he's trying to play 5-star football with 3-star ingredients. We play really good stuff, but he needs reinforcements quickly. Happy Christmas, all.
No, look, first of all, big up, Nick. Look, I think so. Ange. But look, we hired Ange. We hired Ange knowing that he was going to bring this style and this sort of football. So it was always up to the club to try and get him, the best players they possibly can. But this is the problem with the football club. Under every manager, they're not going out and buying the very best to be able to implement their style of play. So, when you come up against the bigger teams, it doesn't really matter what style of play we play. We're always going to be outfought to a certain degree because we don't have the players on a parallel to be able to compete with them guys. You're always asking for sort of like a miracle. But I think what Postecoglou is trying to say to people is we don't have the ingredients right now, but we keep persisting this way, and we add to it and players get used to it and it becomes more effective. Eventually, we're going to see the benefits of it. He's more or less parroting the manager, the narrative that Guardiola was parroting when he walked into Man City. They said to him, your style of play can't work, playing out from the back can't work, this, that, and the other. He said, look, it's short-term pain for a long-term gain. Look, Postecoglou is playing a risky game, but he believes in himself. And I think at some point, Spurs fans have to start believing in the manager and calling for him to be back. Look, it's clear that he needs more players. Everyone knew he needed more players in the summer. We went and got teenagers. We're paying the price for it now. We're paying the price for it all season.
I couldn't agree more, Nicholas. Really appreciate the support, by the way, and it's very generous of you. And then Merry Christmas to you as well, man. Merry Christmas to you. Really appreciate generous support. And then Jerome saying we've been outplayed, but 2 minutes to go, and it's 1-2 at halftime, which could have been very good, yet we couldn't hold the score. That's the thing, right? That was a real kick in the balls. It was a real kick in it just really deflated, I think, even Dave and I, during the watch along to see that happen. Just because Maddison, bit of quality from him, get us back into the game. And to do that, big mistake from Radu Dragic as well, self-inflicted. It's the last thing you want to see.
It's naive. You don't concede goals before half-time. Everybody knows that. You keep it tight. We didn't do that, and it's just piss poor. And I'm sorry, I'm not having people say that decision that Radu Dragic made there right before half-time is on Postecoglou, because that definitely ain't. That's a player's decision-making being piss poor again, like Fraser Forrester's the other night. It's just naive, a smart team. You got to be streetwise. You got to get that in at 2-1. Reassess the situation. You've been outplayed. You're still in it. You have a chance to get something out of it. We didn't do it. We put ourselves out the game before half-time. It's shocking. It's so naive. It's unbelievable.
And
by the way, not Nicholas Walker, I do apologize. Happy Christmas to you as well, my man.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Nicholas. I know the internet just sort of went right as that happened too. The stream just went, so I really do apologize. It's not good timing. Same thing to you, to Jerome as well, and Artist T. I apologize about the timing of that, but appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting us today. Of course, people are welcome to feel differently.
Yeah.
We. As much as one person said that, as much as one person thinks we're an echo chamber, I'd like to think we're not.
Look, everyone's entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We're all entitled to their own opinion. We do fan shows. You're more than entitled to come on and give your opinion if you think we're wrong on that, Oh, it's going to be a long 45, this. A very fucking long 45. Just get it over and done with. Let me go for a Christmas break. I need to take a step back for a few days. RST, what did you guys say about my message? What was the message, RST? Let me have a look, my man. Maybe you missed it. Maybe it was one I was answering when we were buffering. Give me a sec. I'll have a look at it, Artis.
Oh, is he saying we didn't get to his?
No, I think we must have addressed it when it was buffering.
Okay. We'll get to that, Artist. Sorry, man.
He says a few boos at halftime and they deserve it. Yeah, I was going to say what I said on that RST is that I think the boos are just directed at everybody in general today. You know, the ownership, the manager, the players. I think just in general, I don't think the boos are at anybody in specific. I think it's just at the club as an entirety.
Mhm.
You know, making sure that they're getting their voices heard and their displeasure known. Liverpool just knocking about here, toying with Tottenham. Oh, let's see if we can maintain some damage control here. Ref, we'll have that. Now you want to blow your whistle. When the game's outside, now you want to start calling free kicks. Well done, Maddison. See if we can claw our way back into this with a goal before 60, 70 minutes. What's going on here?
I don't know. They're showing a replay from something.
About what?
I don't know.
They're coming together between Son and Trent, maybe? Dragusin.
Just trying to make sure the stream's okay. We haven't had that happen in a long time.
Kulu. Fucking
Everything's going wrong today, everybody, even the stream.
Absolutely everything's going wrong today. I just want Christmas to come now.
Thank God we got to win before this.
Yeah. Radu. Basuma. Solanke. Oh, come on. Just hold it up, man. A bit of quality. Maddison, come on. You've been good today. That was poor. Well on, Porro. Porro, switch out
Good
to
ball.
Son.
Come on,
What
Sonny.
can Son do? Can he show
What
a bit
touch.
of quality here?
Oh, it's poor there. Solanke. Solanke's just been... He's been pretty useless today, Solanke.
Singularity says too tired to press properly. It does seem like that.
Yeah.
Someone just say Welsh Gal was in the chat. If you're in the chat, Welsh Gal, happy Christmas to you.
Yeah, we'd love to see Welsh go. We're missing Artist T. We're missing Welsh gal.
Oh, well done. Basuma back to Fraser. Fraser pumps that one long. Asking a lot of anyone to get near that. Porro. Good ball into Kulu. Kulu. Travels with it. Holds it up. Ref. How is he not giving that? That is shocking from the referee.
Also, Rufus. I see Rufus in the house. Good to see Rufus. Hopefully
Rufus.
everything's okay with you, sir.
Well done, Dragusin. There's one of the black Levy out balloons on the pitch. Salah, well done, Spence. Well done, Jed. He's done very well up against Salah this evening.
Artist G saying Poro's had a mare.
He's
surprising he's still on the pitch. It really is, Artist.
Does it hint that a doggy's not fit at all? I don't know. They might put him on the bench then. That's the thing.
Suma.
Oh. It's a buzz like. What point do you bring on Brennan looking for him to just start running in behind?
It's hard for me because I think, like I was saying, I don't think it's saying very much because I don't think he's played that well. But I don't think Maddison has necessarily been hurting us. I think he's been one of our
for like I'm on about for like a Son or a Kulu.
really, and that's the thing. Would you take off Kulu? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. You're probably right, Dave. You have to do something. It's just Kulu is usually he's one of our better players, but he's not gotten into the game.
I think what
Sonny,
you're seeing now is tired players. You got to get fresh legs on.
yeah,
I think
you're right. Sorry, I'm just at a loss for.
Well, I think we're all at a loss. Such a golfing quality here. It's unbelievable. We're being played all over the park, playing off it.
Yeah.
So we are.
I'm out of ideas.
Well done, Spence. Comes to the answer again. Maybe if we can just nick a sneaky goal here. Can Sonny keep that in? No, he can't. Gomez gets there first.
Well done, matters. Spence. Kulu. Find
get
him,
your head
Kulu.
up. Oh, get your fucking head up, Kulu. Poro is free and in.
The thing is, too, is that
Now
he
we're under
actually
pressure
dribbles
here.
into the defense. Oh, it's behind him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
well
no.
done, Archie Gray. Unlucky. He's tried.
That's 4.
That's just poor from Kulu. That's all Kulu. You can't give that away
He
there.
dribbles into him. He actually doesn't even need to dribble it forward. All he needs to do is just wait, and then he just plays the run. He takes a touch into the defender. And he actually breaks down the angle of the pass himself.
Fuck.
4-1, man. It's just...
This is going to get embarrassing.
Yeah. This is when I wish the stream crashed.
Kulu just can't lose that there. And Poro's already made the run. You've caught him up the pitch now. No one has the legs to be tracking back like that. Gray tries everything he can possibly there to keep it out. You're watching a team now, they're fucked. You just got to empty the bench at this point. Just get some legs on there. Let them go on and run around. Try and chase the ball around at least.
This is probably when you have to consolidate at this point, so it just doesn't get embarrassing. If it isn't already. But
not going to do that. He's just going to keep sending them to play the same way.
Paolo's saying, I say we just sit deep and be compact. Everyone's tired. Well, I just sort of alluded that to Dave, and he's saying it's not who we are, mate.
No, look, I'm at this point, I think, you should, but
yeah, no.
I'm just saying, I don't think Andrews is going to get them to do it.
You're not getting your hopes up for it.
Oh.
Just a bad day from the get-go.
Well done, Spence, again. He's the only player so far that can come up with
every time
that with everything.
Yeah, he's the one that is the exception. It's so
fucking
shit from
hell,
Pedro Poro. He can't do anything anymore, man.
He can't do anything. Get him off. Get him fucking off, please.
No, and behind. Oh, my lord, he's well on as well.
He's well on.
He's missed. That would have been 5.
This could be fucking 8-1 by the end of this. I'll tell you, if it gets to that point, Andrew will get sacked. He will. There's no way the club will allow him if we get bet 7, 8, 9-1 here and he doesn't consolidate. The club will get rid of him.
Feels very Newcastle-y.
Subs. Fucking hell.
Glad
Should
to
be
hear
made
that,
ages ago.
Rufus. Rufus
Too late.
saying,
This game, the subs were made way too late.
I'm glad to
This
hear
should have
that,
been
though,
made at
Rufus.
half time. This basket case of a bloody football club. Why has he took off Maddison?
I don't know. It's his favorite thing to do.
He's the sharpest out of the whole lot of them.
And Basuma has been woeful for me. And Poro's still on the pitch.
Son,
Good
good
ball
ball.
into Kulu. Ah,
Just one touch and bang it, please.
Kulu's been off it, too. Not been as bad as others, but he's still not been decisive. Bergvall. Oh, my lord. Pedro can't do anything, man.
Oh, my lord.
Basuma.
Oh, my lord. Oh,
Please.
my lord. He is useless. Don't give it to Basuma. Do not. I would not pass him the ball again. He keeps giving it away. And please stop going down Sunside. Use Johnson's fresh leg. See if he can get on the end of something. Please stop giving it to him as well. I'm not even sure what he's expecting Solanke to do with that even. Look again. 10 yards off his man.
Oh, how's that getting through? Oh, my lord. This is not good.
Poro needs to fucking go and close someone down.
This is not good.
It's getting embarrassing. Again, Poro just dropping off his man, allowing him to make them passes. You have to go and engage. Engage, Poro. Fucking engage. Is that Radu again that's gone out of position again? It is, you know.
Yeah, Radu is so out of place, out of position. Szoboszlai has torn us apart today.
That's the cup semi-final all gone as well. Especially if we play like this. What a shit end to not a bad week. The Bergval, you can't lose it there. Oh my lord. This is going to be 6, isn't it? Oh my god, Basuma. Oh, Porro again. Oh my lord. When can they just end the pain?
Azad Hamid, how can you not be Ange out and watch this seriously? Because we beat Man City 4-0. We've beaten Aston Villa in big games. We're just a fucking nutcase of a team, man. We're inexplainable. But this game, I was not expecting us to win by any stretch. And again, we are absolutely threadbare and we're at absolute fume levels in terms of energy. They have a fully fit squad pretty much available to them. And they are just a better team with better
It's going to get
players.
worse.
1 through 11 practically better players.
It's going to get worse.
Times like this, like Dave and I alluded to earlier, Zod, this is, why we're trying to be fair about it, at least the best way we can. You have to look to try to consolidate and sort of save face at a certain point. You do. But we're probably not going to do that. And that's something where Ange almost makes a rod out of his own back to a degree.
He got his subs wrong as well. He should have kept Maddison on the pitch. And he made them too late. Porro should have been hauled off long before this. How he's still on the pitch,
that's
I don't
it.
know. Oh my god. Oh my lord, they're just queuing up. They are absolutely queuing up. This is schoolboy stuff here. It's
this is
absolutely
Newcastle
schoolboy stuff.
Oh my lord, you cannot
We can't
complete
even
pass.
string 2 passes together anymore. You'd never see Fraser do that.
Good
Kulu
work
play
from
him.
Kulu. Good work from Kulu. Just how can you not square that? Daniel Larson for 32 months, member, 3 years, man. Appreciate it. But remember, we only lose by 1 goal.
We have done most of this season. This is the first real chunk we've taken. It doesn't
understand you're
excuse
frustrated,
it. It doesn't
though, Daniel.
excuse it. Like, look, don't get me wrong. This performance ain't anywhere near good enough and anywhere near acceptable. You got to try and do better than what we've done here today. It's basically men against boys. But for the majority of this season, we have only lost by 1 goal. There have been.
That is a fact.
Oh no. Oh no.
We have 1 player back. Johnson, can you make a run, lad? You've just come on. Ugh. My lord, we're not getting in each other's way.
Such a bad watch. Right before Christmas as well. That's shocking. My only hope is just that it just doesn't get any worse.
Kulu. He's really come alive here. You just can't. Really get much done, though. Sunny. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, no, it's going to get worse. Jot will have a point to prove now. He'll have a field day. Oh, come on, just end the fucking game, please. Please. It's just everything is prolonging the pain, man. Everything is just prolonging this. I just want to end it and go and enjoy my Christmas. I want to forget about Tottenham and I just want to go and enjoy my Christmas.
We kind of just needed them not to lose. That was kind of just the bare minimum expectation, really. The only expectation for today was like, how about we just not lose 5-1? Maybe, we of course want to get something, but I think most of us would have taken just a hard fought performance. But we've just been completely outdone in every single way. Oh, that's first mistake from Jed.
No. It's just been the golfing quality. It's just been men against boys. You even compare the two signings from Brighton. They brought in McAllister. He's had a good game today. We brought in Basuma, and he's done nothing to help. What? He is fucking being
Pedro Porro needs a fucking 2-week break from football or something.
He needs a 2-week fine. Donate his wages because he doesn't deserve them. They don't deserve to go into his bank account.
Oh my God, we can't even string 3 passes together between ourselves when no pressure, under no pressure at all. Under no pressure. We've given it away.
Oh my God.
Really is pathetic watching us.
Yeah. Can't string 2 passes together, lad.
We can't.
It's absolutely
And
pathetic.
it's Liverpool are at like 25% effort, even looks like at this point.
Yeah. Oh, lad, if they wanted to continue, they could have put 7, 8, 9 by us already. We have been
Looks like they've
atrocious.
taken their foot off the gas. Liverpool. Luckily for us, they've taken their foot off the gas.
Oh, RST says be prepared for their empty apologies. Every single fan in the ground deserves a refund. We have people skipping events and watching at 3 a.m. to watch this. Look, it is one of them days. You're absolutely spot on where every fan deserves an apology today. Even those sitting at home watching worldwide, but especially those going to the game, though. And look, I would look at refunding people that they go to today's game. It hasn't been good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Don't get me wrong. I think there's an element to the squad where they're probably shattered from Thursday night. Don't get me wrong. There's probably that. But this has just been a complete gulf in quality today. Not only do they need to apologise, I actually think Postecoglou needs to come out and apologise. And again, he comes out with the "you entertained" comment, but then, when you go and back it up with a performance like this, it just sort of leaves you open to be scrutinised and everything else. He's made the wrong substitutions today. I think he made the wrong call playing Pedro Porro. I think he's too loyal to him. At some point, you got to use destiny.
What a goal.
Kulu's pulled one back. It's a good goal, but the game's well and truly over. That's 5-5 for Kulu now. And to be quite frank, the only one that can come off with his head held high is Jed Spence, and he's the only one that has barely played a game this season. It just hasn't been good enough. I think everybody needs to come out and apologise. I think, I'd be interested to see how Postecoglou's going to explain this one away. Why did you keep it so open when you were being destroyed, or why did you keep it so open when they were out on their feet? Because if he comes out and says, oh, well, they were tied from Thursday, the next obvious question is then, okay, then why did you leave it so open then? You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be interesting to see how he explains this one away. But the main thing is, I think, again, the scrutiny comes back onto the club after a game like today. There's been such a gulf in quality all around the pitch. Liverpool, they've been nearly exemplary in possession. They put pressure on us. We can barely make two passes together. You know what I mean? You're also looking at a team that they've been together years. They've been up challenging for years. They've been at a certain level. With us, we're constantly chopping, changing directions, players, managers, coaching staff, DOFs, etc. And this is the result of it, what you're seeing on the football pitch today. Look, people can go after the manager. I think, definitely I think today, I think, he's hopefully, I would like to think he's learned a lesson. It's just if he ends up surviving today, with all the pressure on Daniel Levy, and I expect it to get very hostile after the game. He might just go, do you know what? Pull the trigger on Ange Postecoglou. Let's alleviate some of that pressure.
Yeah. But no, I've actually, when games like this, Artisty, I'd pretty much just turn off all Instagram posts from these players and things like that. I just quickly scroll past it. I couldn't really care what they have to say after games like these. We've gone through way too many of these Newcastle, terrible, terrible days and performances. We've had too many. It's just, I've seen it all before from them. So I try not to let myself down even more.
Please, just end my fucking pain. I feel like I'm being tortured to death here.
Like I said, I was just going into it with expectations. I just didn't want to get a hiding. And sadly what we've done.
Even if this goes 5-3, 5-4, we've been absolutely outplayed, outdone, outrun. We've already took a hiding. Although I wouldn't mind saving face a little bit, but still.
Dude,
I mean, when you're playing pass, he's been doing that all game.
He's been so shit, man. He's had a terrible, terrible day, Radu. It's kind of like a Galatasaray day for him.
Oh.
Because he's also just been so awful defensively.
Do you know, I can't wait for Christmas to come. My arse is so sore from sitting in this chair for the last fucking few months as well. Well on Spence. He's the only one that's tried today. Oh my lord, please. Solanke has been so off it today. Oh no, they're in behind again. It's Jota. He lifts it. It's in. It's roof of the net.
Sean Mitchell saying, evening, fellas. Not happy with today's performance so far. Second to every ball. Half-assed and half-hearted. It's been shocking. We've been bent over and spanked.
Absolutely. We've had our pants pulled down. You know. This is the thing, you know. We can't string three passes together. And all Liverpool are doing is just running at us, putting pressure on us. You know, they're not getting the tackles in. We're just misplacing passes and stuff. It's been piss poor. You know, Radu Dragusin, for some reason, thinks he's playing centre midfield. He keeps vacating centre back and leaving oceans of space in behind him. You know, and we've been second to any time there has been a fight for the ball. Liverpool have come out with it. You know, some would say that's luck. I would say it's strength, you know, hunger, desire. We've been absolutely pants pulled down, absolutely railroaded and shafted. You know, it's just been piss poor. The performance today has not been there. I think to some degree, the energy we put into that cup game on Thursday night, as a small part to play in today's results, but in general, we've just been outplayed, outfought. I would argue probably out tacticked as well today.
Outthought.
Actually, to be fair, I know Postecoglou doesn't change what he does, but his tactics have been, massively found out today by Liverpool. Just been poor, Sean. Poor, my man. But look, happy Christmas to you and the family, man. Hopefully you have a great day, lad. Great Christmas period and enjoy yourself. Really appreciate the support. Shame we're going to
Yeah.
have to endure some of the friends now, innit, lad? I know you're
Yeah.
Sean, but look, it is what it is. To be honest, Sean, I'm just going to turn off my phone. So if some of the other lads are looking for me, my phone's off.
Yeah. Dave's
I'm
gone
going
on
to bed.
vacation.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm going to enjoy my Christmas.
Really appreciate it, Sean, though. Very kind of you. And also, with all the others from earlier, Jerome, Artist T, Daniel Larson, Dark Sun G, of course, Azad Hamid, even though Azad needed you the other games, Azad, not this one, man. I would have preferred you missed this one.
He strikes me as Angie when we win and Angie out when we lose.
Yeah, it's just, or like, he just comes in at all the worst of games. I don't blame you, Azad. I mean, everyone's pissed, so you're, as you should be. But sometimes I don't have a good retort for you sometimes.
What I would say is I do think, with the manner of today's defeat, I do think it puts a lot more pressure on
It's
Postecoglou.
just,
I think the United game gave him grace,
yeah.
and now with the manner of this, I think I would say probably a lot more scrutiny on him, Jack, now again.
Well, that's one of my bigger gripes with Andrew, I would say, is that so often when he gets like a bit of credit back in the bank, he so quickly loses it and spends it, it feels like. Just when he got some credit, just when he gets some momentum back, he seems to lose it very quickly again.
Porro again has lost his man.
Yeah,
Radu
wouldn't you
bails
agree,
him
Dave?
out.
That's kind of been his career thus far. Anytime he gets a bit of grace back with the fans, anytime he gets a bit of love back, just seems to lose it again very quickly. Doesn't hold on to it.
Very, very quickly.
And it's with the up and down nature of the team. That's just what comes with that. But also, it's not even always up and down. It's just the manner of the defeats. It's not easy defeats to take.
Well, do you know what? Today will be
Any
a really
defeat
tough
isn't
lesson
easy,
for him
but
to take. If you think you can go toe to toe with the best team in the country, think again. No, Basuma. Five two. Could be 10-2. She's shot after shot after shot after shot. Please just end the torture chamber. Feels like that's what I've been in for the last 45 minutes. Chris, you keep putting in a comment going, are you not entertained? I don't know why you keep aiming that at us. It's not us saying it. It's Ange Postecoglou.
you also keep talking about how people were ridiculing you in the chat for being Ange out. No one knows who you even are, mate.
Oh, fuck
I don't
me.
even know who you are. No one knows who you are. No one's been ridiculing you. Well, Timo, we need just to make it.
Just to piss the fans off even more.
That doesn't do Ange any favors.
If I'm Daniel Levy, I am begging Postecoglou, please don't put him. I beg you.
Down, it's almost like is that a chess move by Ange? Oh, Good. Is that Bergvall? Back post to Johnson. Wins it. Well done, Johnson. Solanke! 3-5.
They'll probably give offside or something here.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't seem to. Solanke got hit in the mouth again. He's got taken a beating today.
If we get a quick 4, I might start believing.
Fucking hell, Dave. What a silly game.
We just got to stop conceding fucking goals, man. Scored 3 against the champions today, or against who will be the champions. But we've conceded fucking 5, and we could have conceded like 15.
Yeah, it's good. I was gonna say.
Do you know what I mean? That's
10. Could have conceded 10. We don't deserve this at all. But at the end of the day, we know how to create chances.
Like, we just literally make it chaos for teams. I think what people are asking
We can't even string together 3 passes, and we scored 3 goals. We can't even string together more than 3 passes, and we scored 3 goals against Liverpool. That just shows. This team, when it's on it, when this team is playing well, when this team is sharp, we are devastating. But then at the same time, we can be devastatingly poor.
Yeah.
So much so that it can lead to being 5.
It's just
fucking down. A draw is on, says Stefan.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Look, if we get 4 before 86 minutes, I might think so, but
yeah, there would be probably about what, 7 minutes at a time.
Singularity says I'm entertained now.
Timo, Speedo.
And this is the thing: if we didn't concede that stupid fucking goal before half time, we could be chasing an equalizer here.
You wonder how much that played into the players' sort of mentality, though, going out in the second half, though. Just the fact that they conceded that goal just made you think like, oh, like we're just shit.
I'd love nothing better to pull this out of the bag and go and get 5-5, but it's just beyond the realms of possibility here.
Solanke.
Fucking hell. Who played that pass? That's a simple ball to play, mine. Moondog says, I'll take a draw. Moondog, I had a cup of coffee out of your mug earlier on, lad. Oh, Lord.
6. Would you take 6-3 instead, Moondog? I can't even tell. Does that even make it worse? Just shows how ridiculous this team is. Like, it's almost like at a moment maybe you're starting to save some face, then they just score another just by even like Liverpool. It's like just an ounce of effort, and they could score 7, 8, 9, whatever.
I'm telling you, if they find another 1 or 2 here, I'm just posting Coglu could very well get sacked after this game.
6 goals, man. 6 fucking goals at home. When's the last time we conceded 6 at home? Have we ever conceded 6 at this stadium at home?
It makes me so fucking angry, man.
That's the thing. Have we ever conceded 6 at this stadium? I don't think we have. I think that is the most we've ever conceded. To my memory, at least doing these watch-alongs. Oh, man. Sack everybody, including the Tea Lady conceding 6, says Mark. I'd agree.
I think the only good thing to come from today is the fact that the club will be under immense pressure and it'll be under the spotlight now over the whole festive period after this.
Oh, right. Bayern Munich, of course. Probably the Premier League, maybe. I don't even know why I want to think about it. That's just thinking about the severity of how bad this is, though. And this is what I meant, Dave. Like, I just feel like you lose 3-1, you lose 2-1, you lose 4-2. I think that gets forgotten about, really. 6-3, like like this. This is what I mean. Like this is what just. There's one thing that just didn't need to happen, and this is what happened. This is the one thing that didn't need to happen. I think any other scoreline you lose, I don't know how big of a deal it really would have been in the grand scheme of things.
Look, losing in general, no one wants to lose games. That's the thing. But I think if it was 3-2, people would go, do you know what? We fucking gave it a good go here. Oh, Jesus Christ, it was nearly 6-4. We gave it a good go here. Maybe a bit unlucky on the day, but this This is a pasting. This is a wake-up call to absolutely everybody involved with Tottenham Hotspur. The golfing quality that we have to try and bridge. It's a complete wake-up call.
Yeah. Johnson's got to finish that. It's a good save, but he's got to finish that.
Especially these. I absolutely detest Liverpool. Question is if you have Vicario, Van de Ven, Romero, would it be 6-3? Bergval. Oh my Lord.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I think for us to have done anything in this game, we would have needed more than 4 to 5 players. Probably about half this. I mean, this whole team has been shocking, but about 4 to 5 players, I'd say, had absolute stinkers today. And you would need all of them not to. And then you probably would need Vicario and all these other guys back.
Massively.
And then I still don't even know if you would beat this Liverpool team. But
yeah, even then. You need more players in here.
But everyone has played. There's no way you win this game. Porro has been.
7 could come here.
Porro has been awful. Radu has been awful. Basuma has been awful. So many players been awful.
Moondog, it was the one with me pissing all over the Arsenal jersey, lad. Love it. Brilliant cup, lad.
Sorry that I didn't put those on screen, Moondog. Hopefully you and Charlie are enjoying, though, the few days before Christmas, my man. Wouldn't blame you to turn it off, Moondog. Already reached the 90th minute. Or if you've already gotten this far, why would you turn it off? Put yourself through more pain.
Please, just end it. Just blow it. I don't want to see 10 minutes added on or 5 minutes. Just put 1 minute up on the board. It's well and truly over. Let me just go and enjoy Christmas, please.
I
6 minutes. Are you ripping the biscuit?
think 5.
Why? The game's over. Just give 1 minute and let everyone go home for Christmas. Seriously.
Not a good Christmas present from Spurs. Lump of coal and just stalking after this one. And it's just like, again, like, how do you ride the high from that Man United win and just put out this? Like, it's just it's so hot and cold. It's so numbing. It's so numbing. Porro, you have 4 players you can find, and you play, dude. Porro needs to.
He's big useless.
Porro needs. I'm not kidding, man. I think he genuinely
Honestly,
needs a
Porro's
break from
sitting on the
football. I
bench.
think he
That's
needs a break
totally-
from football. I think he
Tell him
does.
to stay at home with the missus and bring a Doji and Spence.
Porro has been probably him and Radu probably the worst players on the pitch, really. And Basuma.
Jack Moondog says, I'm just sticking hot needles in my eyes. Less painful than watching this.
It's just like, it's kind of that sick stomach feeling when you're watching it, Moondog. It's also just numbing, it's like numbing to the brain. You just find it hard. It's like killing brain cells. Watching this.
Just blow it up, ref. Go and get your hot cocoa. He has been atrocious. He's given up, Porro.
I'm really worried for Porro, man. He's just become a shadow, not even of himself, of just any professional footballer. He can't do anything right.
Yeah.
Can't do anything
he's
right.
He's killing this. And just to stop picking him now. Take him out of the team for a while.
I don't know. I think he needs. Yeah, I agree. He needs to earn his way back into the team. Kind of after this. Also, for me, just Bentancur just walks straight back into this team. Just no problem. Bentancur crawls back into this team. Again, we've just been so lacking any midfielder really in this game that has had any ounce of quality. Been better since Kulu's moved into midfield, but what? I don't even know what to say. We're just shit.
Should have went with my predicted lineup. We probably would have won this game.
Juice. Oh yeah, you went with Johnson.
Well, I took Maddison out. I put Kulu into the middle, and I put Udogie and Spence either side.
No.
Look, where's Porro again? Look at him jogging back. Look at him fucking... He's not even trying a leg to get back. He is not even trying a leg to get back.
Spence should almost play the rest of the... Yeah. Big Mike saying we got put in a spliff, smoked, and then stubbed out.
Yeah.
Shameful today. Now we got spanked, man.
Oh, well, look, we'll start wrapping it up now anyway. It's, 95 minutes? They've got a corner to get underway. Defend that, hopefully. Don't make it 7. Right, this should be a game. Look, I think there's a big decision, to make tonight, Jack.
He's not done himself any favors, man. He's not done himself any favors.
I don't want to get carried away here, but, we've got a Carabao Cup semi-final coming up. We've got these over 2 legs. There's no way we could turn up to them 2 legs the way we did tonight, because we would be battered over 2 legs. We would be absolutely battered, and there's no way Postecoglou could go with the same tactics he did tonight. And if he, with his refusal to change, I think it leaves a big question for Daniel Levy tonight, especially with all the pressure on him after the protest today. The Levy out chance, I have no doubt the crowd are booing there now, singing we want Levy out of our club. Again, I think, there's big questions to be asked tonight. I think Postecoglou, look, I think he went with the wrong starting lineup. I think he was wrong playing Pedro Porro. Maybe the fact that Udogie didn't come on at all maybe shows that he wasn't fit enough to play whatsoever. But as soon as he is back fit, you've got to take Pedro Porro out of that team. He is costing us games of football. Dragusin, great, they've done well in general, but today was a step up in class, and Dragusin got really exposed today, constantly vacating centre-back, leaving so much space in behind. Jed Spence is the only real player that can actually come off that pitch today after a solid performance. He done his best to do with Mo Salah all game. It's probably the quietest Mo Salah's been all season long. He's the only player that can really come out with his head held high. But today what you've seen is a pure gulf in quality on the football pitch, Jack. You even look at Liverpool's wingers, for instance, right? Diaz, Salah, Jota, players like that. Gakpo can play out there if needs be and all. We're relying on Brendan Johnson or Werner to come off the bench to try and change a game. You know what I mean? Today we were absolutely piss poor. The players were way off it. Look, there would be a bit of tiredness in today. I could see, I pointed out 5-10 minutes into the game, I could see some players were a bit leggy, but then I think that's where Postecoglou has to realise where the squad is at and maybe say today, look, I've got to change it up. I've got to go and play on the counter just for this game and this game only. He refused to do it. I think it's a lesson learned for him. If he's lucky enough to get that Liverpool semi-final, he's got to do something drastically different. But what you've seen today is a club that has made the right decisions in terms of shrewd managerial appointments, and being able to keep hold of their top players for a long time and add right signings into it. You know, they have a club. They're a club and a team that have been at a level for so long. You know, I think Arne Slot has been a massive beneficiary of that walking into the Premier League. Don't forget, he turned down Tottenham, by the way. Tottenham approached him and he turned them down because he wanted to bring a team with him, and Tottenham basically said no. But he ended up walking away. He wasn't going to sit there and wrangle for absolutely everything. You either bring me in for what I'm supposed to do or you don't. You look at Liverpool, they've got established members right throughout that squad that have won everything in football. They've got good squad, they've got a good leaders. Van Dijk, Trent, Joe Gomez has been around there for some time and he stepped in for Kanato today. Allison, Robertson, you know, you go into the forward line, Mo Salah, you know, Diaz, they've been around a long time. They've won everything there is in the game of football to win. And I think that's what we've seen today, Jack. You've seen a squad with great players that have been together for a long time and have won things compared to a team that is sort of still finding its feet, being put together, being added to. And today, I think what you did see is then I think it's supposed Postecoglou then, because then you're looking at it and going, okay, Ange, well, what can you make what you've got work? And look, I do think today was a bit naive thinking that we could go and play the champions off the park after, you know, that energy that we expelled against Man United. I do think today he had to do something a little bit different, and he wasn't really prepared to do that, and we paid the ultimate price for it today. We were absolutely embarrassed, slapped up on national television, everybody watching. And I think tonight, I would not be surprised that somewhere along the line, Daniel Levy pulls the trigger to take the attention off him. I really think that could happen. You know, with all the protests going on, and this 6-3, it puts the club in the spotlight now over the Christmas. Everyone's going to be like, what the fuck's going on at Tottenham? They've got slapped up by Liverpool. You know, even Fulham didn't get slapped up that badly. Even Southampton didn't get slapped up that badly. But Tottenham did, which puts Ange Postecoglou under the spotlight. Someone's then going to mention the golf and quality, the chopping and changing of directions in terms of the longevity of their squad, etc., compared to ours. You know, that'll all be called in question, which then puts the pressure on Daniel Levy, Johan Lang, because of the recruitment and stuff like that. So I think today just puts the club on blast, and maybe that's the only positive to come out of it, that the club is absolutely dissected all across the media, pundits, fans, etc., and that at some point then there's a fucking change in thinking at the top. Right, we've got to get serious now. We've got to start winning. This isn't a good look for anybody. We're trying to get investment into this football club. Who's going to want to invest into this? Who's going to want their company name attached to this when this is going on in the media and stuff like that? So, you know, at some point there's got to be an alignment of thinking, get winners in here that know how to win and start taking the pressure off this football club. Because the thing is, Jack, when you look at this football club with the stadium, the training complex, right, we've got the very best that the world has to offer. But within within the wheels, within the four walls, you're going down to bargain buy to get all your furniture to fill it out. This club can be an amazing football club. This club could be an example to world football. You know, the new stadium, the new training complex, all the other side businesses that come with it, and success on the football pitch. But sadly, it seems like nobody in the club, bar the managers we hire, they're the only ones that seem to have that appetite or see that. But eventually they become pissed off because, you know, we can sit here and make this all about Postecoglou tonight. And look, I think there is a massive element tonight where his tactics are going to be pulled apart. Absolutely, I think they will be tonight. I
Yeah.
think people are going to say you can't go toe to toe with the champions. It's just naive. It's stupid. And I think rightly so. I think they should be pulled apart tonight. But the reality is, he's not all the problems of this football club. You look, like I just said, you look at the football club and look how we could be the torchbearer for football clubs for future to come. But no one inside the club really has that gumption or desire for us to be that club, and that's the shame. And I think, you know, personally, I just want to end the pain. I want to go and enjoy my Christmas. I want to switch off. But I think we've no option now but to tune in on all these news updates to see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. This is, I mean, with Ange, the one thing I will say that I really don't like in his tenure here is that it feels like so many times when he gathers a bit of momentum, when he gathers a bit of credit in the bank, and maybe pressure is maybe all of a sudden taken off of him, he so quickly puts it back on himself again. And he's done that here, I think, with this loss. This is one of the worst defeats I could ever remember. Really, I think it feels just as bad as a Newcastle in terms of just getting absolutely spanked and absolutely destroyed. We were outplayed, we were outthought, we were outfought. Huge gaps in quality, huge gaps in ability, mentality. There was just everything wrong about this team, about maybe even the tactics, about the club, and almost in everything just was sort of exposed today. And this is also a day where Daniel Levy was definitely going into it probably very nervous, considering protests and everything, regardless of the impact that they might have had or might have not had on him. And if it needed a bit of a kick, if it needed a bit of a push, the pressure and the protest that's building around Daniel Levy, you would imagine that this sort of result only points even more pressure and, you know, fingers towards him. And that's the last thing he wants. And he can easily look for a scapegoat. And Ange, that's the thing. The way that he's lost today can easily make himself look like a scapegoat. He can easily, sort of put himself up for that, and makes it actually a lot more sensible of Daniel Levy to question things. If he only loses this 2-1, 3-1, makes life difficult on Liverpool, maybe looks to try to sit back a bit more, try not to go as toe to toe with them, considering also just the players are probably flat out after Thursday night. I don't think there's really any fan that would really remember this defeat that much if it only was a 2-1, a 3-1. And even if we were pretty much outplayed and outclassed, if you still keep it to that sort of scoreline, I don't think it really gets remembered. We've had far worse than that to plenty of teams, to Chelsea's, to Liverpool's in the past. But the way he's lost it here, it's probably one of the worst of all time. And when you do it in that type of manner, I mean, it is hard to continue to defend you, and it is hard to continue to back you. You kind of do have to avoid those as a manager, because when you do when you have these sort of results, it's definitely difficult to constantly defend you and constantly just sort of give you that backing. He has to try to avoid this back and forth nature of getting so much momentum from a huge win, putting so much into one game, and then getting completely ransacked in the next game. It's just, I don't know, Dave. That's all I can say is, but today it's just outfought, outthought, outclassed, gap in
Uh,
quality. Everything wrong about Spurs showed up today.
And look, you've already heard me mention Postecoglou, the Daniel Levy in general, but also them players out there today, they were atrocious. Pedro Porro needs to have a long, hard look at himself, Jack. You know what? He's getting to the levels of Eric Dyer where he's starting to affect people around him. He's constantly backing in, looking for help, pulling players out of position to come and help him. Be brave. You're a man. You've got two fucking balls between your legs. Grab them, find them, and go and engage somebody. You know what I mean? Stop backing off, looking for help all the time. And then in possession, he just keeps giving away the ball. He is affecting results. You've got to drop him. As soon as the doggy's back and he's back fit, you got to drop him and say, park yourself on the bench. You want to clap the fans? Do it from the bench this time until you learn to get out there and put in performances. You look at Radu Dragusin and Archie Gray. Look, they've done a job, but Radu Dragusin was completely exposed today. He's still got a long way to go in his development. Don't get me wrong, he's improved in such a short space of time, but he's still got a lot more to learn. We badly need another backup goalkeeper coming in. I think the Fraser Forster situation, I think 6 by him today, 2 mistakes against Man United. I fear it's only going to get worse. I don't think, at his age, he's really going to recover from that. I think you're entering a Hugo Lloris situation to a degree. So I think we've got to get on top of that in January and go and get a backup goalkeeper in here. Going into midfield, Basuma's absolutely disgraceful today. And this is the problem. He was up there against Man United and he's down here again. There is no consistency to the guy's game. And I'm not surprised because the way he lives his life off the field, there's no consistency to it either. So, that transcends on the football pitch. He was atrocious today. You can play out from the back, but when it's Basuma, it's just like he does everything so carelessly. There's players that have made a living. Michael Carrick, you could put him in that position. You could give it to him under any amount of pressure because you knew as soon as he got that ball, he already knew where it was going and he could play it consistently well every single fucking time. With Basuma, you just don't know what you're going to get. So as soon as Bentancur's back, and thank fuck he's back for Nottingham Forest, go and park your ass on the bench. When it comes to James Maddison, look, I thought he was good today. I thought it was harsh. Not great. I don't want to say good because we got slapped up 6-3. But I don't think he was the problem today. I would have kept him on the football pitch. Son also needs to take a long, hard look at himself. How many times did that chap give away the ball today? I'm absolutely sick of it. It's been on repeat this season. It's been absolutely on repeat. I'm fed up with it. Solanke, fucking useless again today. Anytime the ball came into him, it's bouncing off him 10 yards. It reminded me of Richarlison. What we've seen from Richarlison to a large degree. And then Kulusevski, up until, the second half, he probably got going a little bit. But again, there in the first half, you talk about moments. We had 2 or 3 breakaways down his side. Not once did he deliver that ball to Son who was running in. And the little things like that. And look, don't get me wrong. I think there's an element, like I said, that they're tired from Thursday. It was the exact same 11 that went out here. But I'm sorry, that performance is nowhere near good enough. Not to be able to complete 3 passes most of the game. No problem solving. No leaders standing up. It's all well and good getting in a huddle, during the game. But who's going to stand up in the moment when the game's going by you, and start dishing out advice? No one wants to do it. So they also need to take a fucking long, hard look at themselves. And I hope they're embarrassed. And to be honest with you, I don't want to hear any apologies coming out of the club from Postecoglou, from the players, or even from the ownership. I don't want to hear it. Save yourself the money on the journalists that you're going to pay to come in and do it, and save yourself money on the media team and whatever other letters you want to send out. Save your money. Fucking keep it. Put that money into transfers. I don't want to hear the apologies. I just want to fucking see actions. I'm sick to death if it doesn't matter what era we're in. Players, managers, etc., coming out apologising. If you just done things right, you wouldn't need to apologise all the time. I'm fed up with it. I don't want to hear it. I heard it off Basuma at the Chelsea game. We come out
Yeah.
into another big game like we are today, and he goes and does that, puts in that performance. I'm sick of it. It's all lip service. It means nothing. It's all empty. I was brought up a long time ago, Dave, don't trust words. Don't be that naive. Don't be gullible. It's all about actions. And I'm sorry, I judge it on that. And these players constantly yap, 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 yap to the press, no actions. Even when they want to get rid of a manager, by the way. Oh, he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong, everything else. No accountability. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. No apologies from the football club. I don't want any. It doesn't mean anything. It's only going to make me and the millions of Spurs fans more angry after the game. I don't want to hear anything. Just fucking put it right for Forest.
Nick asking a question, Dave, earlier that maybe is worth bringing up with you, and then I think we'll get to some of the support that's been coming in. Lazy 8 asking, David, do you think if Ange would have set up those 11 players differently today, would we have seen a different result? I think maybe he's alluding to basically if we had gone for maybe different tactics today of some kind. Do you think that would have made the result different if he still even used the same set of players?
I don't think we would have lost by 6. I think it would have been a bit more respectable. But I still think we would have lost the game. 100%.
Yeah.
100%, I still think we would have lost the game because the reality is we tried it against Fulham, sit back in, no one go and press. We were useless. We can't do it. We couldn't do it under Conte, Jose and Nuno, the greatest defensive managers in the game. Yes, we've got different players, different squads, but Spurs just cannot do it. We are not a team that can sit in and hold on to things, and it's been my whole lifetime, by the way. As good as Poch was for this club in the big games, 5-10 minutes to go, if the team were in the balance, you knew Tottenham were going to throw it. It's a Tottenham issue. It's been here for I don't know how long. The reality is, yeah, we still would have been lost. We still would have lost. But I think it might have been a tad bit more respectable.
And then Dark Sun G saying we need a goalkeeper as soon as January window opens. Was this another howler of a day for Forster? It was with the feet. He's, of course, Dave, looked very sketchy in the beginning. He made everyone nervous, did not set the tone well for us in the beginning, Forster. But it's actually, for me, sometimes it's just certain moments when it comes to him making saves. Like he gives me just pub keeper kind of vibes. He just gives you like your local 5-a-side team, kind of vibes as a keeper. I don't know. Was this another performance that's worth kind of diving into with him, or kind of deeper problems than Forster?
Look, the reality is it isn't really Fraser Forrester's fault. Jack.
As sketchy as he looks, it's not his fault that we can see.
Most people were looking for a backup goalkeeper here in the summer. Most fans were saying, but the club, people can say, the managers are giving out the contract. It's not the managers giving out the contracts, it's the clubs. And they decided to extend it by a further year and think they could get away with it. They didn't learn the lesson from Hugo Lloris that season. They kicked that can down the road. We end up paying the price for it. And look, to be fair to Fraser, Jack, see the last 2 nightmares he's had? I was expecting that as soon as he stepped in. He hasn't really had, he's been okay. He's been decent enough since he stepped in. Rangers, for God's sake, the guy put a point on the board with that save right at the end of the game. This isn't his fault, but what you are seeing is a player that I think, looks like he's being all drained of confidence. I think you're getting yourself into another Hugo Lloris situation where, I don't think you can keep persisting with it. I think there'll come a time where, I wouldn't be surprised if this happens between now and again when we get in a second goalkeeper with Fraser Forrester. I just think he's seeing a guy that's over the hill coming to an end. Like when he gave away them 2 kicks against, United the other night and then doubles it down when that ball's being fired at him. How many goalkeepers do you see get down like that and pick it up? He's there swinging a foot at it. That tells me everything I need to know. But like I said, I'm not putting the blame on him. This is, again, the repercussion of kicking the can down the road.
I do think he probably needs to go. As much as I think we've gotten some good juice out of the Forrester squeeze, I think he does need to go, Dark Sun G. And he also just followed up, just as you were talking, Dave, by saying even if we set up differently with Forrester, same result. Forster, I just don't think is necessarily the reason we concede 6 today, Dark Sun G, but he definitely does need to go, and we definitely need a much better goalkeeper, especially when it comes to Ange wants to play out from the back, and the guy was playing out from the back at first decently well, but in the past 2 games, he's just bred a lot of nerves through the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And then David Delum saying Poch or Enrique in, and out. Listen, what I said earlier, David, is just like, I get really just sick and tired of having to talk about, the new manager that's coming in or whatnot. What manager should we go for? Blah, 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 blah. It's just become exhausting at this point. But with Ange, like I said, as much as I've backed him and as much as I have backed him, I really don't think he helps himself and does himself any favors by just going up and down like this. If he does set up a little bit differently, if he does try to maybe look at the maybe selection of the players differently, right? Make substitutions at halftime like he should have done for Poro or anything. I think there are things he could change to just make these results not look nearly as bad on paper, because that's the thing. On paper, they look bad, these results. And that's something he needs to do for himself, in my opinion, to basically save his own job. As much as people like myself might believe in him, he doesn't do himself any favors when you go from a win against Man United like that to a loss like this. If he loses 2-1, 3-1, even if we get absolutely destroyed and outclassed and outplayed, let's say it's only 2-1, 3-1, he looks to sort of tighten up the shop. I think you can almost forget about this result. I think there wouldn't really be that much attention on it. I think maybe for a weekend, yes, but not much longer than that. This is a result that ends up living for a lot longer. And that's the thing with Ange, is that he's had some results like this that live for a long time in people's heads and minds.
I think today's result, definitely probably opens the door for skepticism for Daniel Levy tonight. And I think, if we follow up and we get bet by Nottingham Forest, I think you put yourself in a perilous position, right? Top 4 is probably off the cards by then, because I think they're 13, 14 points clear by then of us. And Daniel Levy, that he likes to make a change when top 4 is no longer on the card. So I think, it definitely puts him at risk. But again, I think we're making the same mistake. Look, I'm not saying that Ange Postecoglou is the right guy for this football club, but I think when we do win, and some of the way we have slapped up some of the bigger teams this year, I think if we got it right and got the right squad together, I think this could be a very interesting period for Spurs fans. I think it could be a bit like the Poch era, to a certain degree, or the Harry Redknapp era. We're on the rise, we're turning up in games and stuff like that. I don't think we're too far away from being that team. But the big question is does the board believe in Ange, and do they believe in him enough to go and get him the right players to make this work? Because look, we've chopped and changed managers, and all we keep getting is a new manager bounce, false thorns. I just want to try something different, and I want to try and back a manager when the trouble comes around. You also got to look at it objectively, and I'm not making excuses for Ange Postecoglou. Like I said, he's going to be on blast tonight after that. The whole world's watching. There's going to be scrutiny, whether you like it or not. So the game of this magnitude, everybody's going to have their opinion on Tottenham Hotspur and that. But for me, I just want to try something different, because I don't think everything's his fault, I think we had a bad summer transfer window. You finished 5th last season. Why wouldn't you give the manager better players than what we gave him to try and kick on? We pulled back to a certain degree. We've got a massive injury crisis that we have to try and deal with. And most managers, when they've suffered it's ultimately ended up costing them their job. Same with Conte, same with Jose Mourinho, because they can't navigate it, because the squad just isn't good enough to be able to navigate it. Like, the thing is, we're up there inside the top. We're classed as a top 6 club, but realistically, we never win anything. All the other 5 clubs share the honours out between them. And we're trying to break that, but we're never going to break it, because we look at them and go, well, they can handle it. Their manager's excellent. It's not necessarily the case. Sometimes it can be that they've got a bigger and better squad to be able to navigate them situations. So you're not seeing as much a drop off in quality. So you can start seeing a little bit of consistency. And look, whether people like it or not, look at Pep Guardiola at Man City. Look at the injury crisis they're going through, and they have a better squad in general at their disposal than what Tottenham Hotspur does. Injuries will affect you. It's just whether now, I think Daniel Levy believes in the manager, because, to be quite frank, I think after tonight, I think it's probably 70-30 Ange out. I think 70 people want him out. I think 30% might be like me, where they say, look, I want to try something different. But look, let's wait and see. I think the next few games are absolutely crucial, Jack.
Yeah. Jerome saying Kulu is just a workhorse. Appreciate the support, David. Kulu is just a workhorse to bring down the scoreline. Only criticism for Ange is he knew the players are tired. Should make it a bit more difficult for them to be more pragmatic. I think this is one of those situations, Jerome, where like, right, we try to back Ange with his belief in his system and in himself that he shouldn't change, that you have to try to instill that mentality in the players that you play your football and your football will yield results in the long run. But there are maybe special scenarios like this one where if it does come back to bite him and it does come back to hurt him, and that's just how I kind of feel about it, Jerome. That, and I think maybe you're kind of alluding to the same thing, where it's like you don't necessarily really want to be put in this position where you have to sort of talk about, oh well, should he change it, a little bit just for the sake of a few games or just for the sake of, until you get some players back, and the thick run of games, kind of doesn't happen. I, I don't know. I think he's gotten punished for basically that sort of, sheer belief in his style in this case. And maybe you're kind of agreeing with me on that or kind of feeling maybe similar about it. But I don't know, man. It's really difficult to it's really difficult because for me, even I just had, Cozy, I think brought up a good point in the chat, Jerome, saying Jack and, you said free pass, free hit before this game. To me, I think I believe in what I said, that this was a free hit or a free pass, but I don't think that means you can concede 6. Like that's kind of my definition. That's just my personal definition of a free hit or a free pass. I don't think you're allowed to concede 6 in any scenario, really, especially at home. I think if you concede 6 goals, you're up for criticism and you're up for, being put under the spotlight. That's just how I see it. If you concede couple, a few, keep it relatively close, I think, yeah, I would have probably stayed with that free pass, free hit mentality. Watching your team concede 6 just isn't easy. It just isn't
No.
easy to watch.
But you know what, Jack? They're becoming more and more frequent every season.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think the last 2, 3 seasons on the trot, I think you had Newcastle under Conte, you had one under Ange last year, and then another one this year. You know what I mean? They're becoming too frequent at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah. It's just my personal definition of it, though, Cozy. So I understand what you mean, though, that when we do call it free hit and then we are upset after the game, I could see how that can be a contradiction. But I just think when it's that bad, you do kind of have to sort of flip. Paul McWilliam, I was trying to find any comments that he's putting in. I think he sent in 2, but he didn't have any comments or anything attached with it. So I'm trying to find anything else. But Paul, if you want to put something in there, feel free to let me know, man. And I'd go straight to it and we could talk about it. But I didn't see anything. And it seemed like you were maybe just sending in donations. I'm not too sure, but I appreciate it, Paul. And hopefully you're having a good holidays, my man, considering, the
If there is a
situation.
comment that was supposed to go in it, just put it in the chat now and
Yeah.
I'll point it out to Jack and we'll get onto it, man.
Exactly. Thank you, Dave. And then Al Ben, member for 12 months. Thank you, Al. Been with us, I think, a lot longer than that, but appreciate you, brother. And he's saying we had no chance, even if they played with 10 men. Outplayed, outthought, outclassed, like I said, and that's the other thing, too. Even as much as I don't think a lot of the games we have been at tactically outclassed, this was one. I would say Crystal Palace was one of them.
Yeah.
Oliver Glasner really had Ange's number in Crystal Palace, but then this is another game where he's gotten absolutely found out by Arne Slot.
Yeah. No, definitely agree with that.
And punished for also then not making changes in game, right? Not making substitutions, not looking to try to do things differently. Then he got punished even more for it, Al.
Yeah.
Dark Sun G saying, even if we set up, sorry, I got to that one earlier because he was just replying back to you. Forster from Robert Palmer looks like when one of those celebrities goes in goal at a soccer aid. We've got Audley Harrison on goal for F's sake. Get Keeley back January 1st.
I'm not sure.
I mean, is it an exaggeration to say that? I mean, I've more or less alluded to that sometimes with Forster, Dave. Like he does look like a pub keeper to me sometimes. No disrespect to pub keepers out there.
Look, the guy's 36 years of age, Jack. You know what I mean? He's 36 years of age. What can you expect? He's been a backup goalkeeper for the last, 4 or 5 years of his career. It's a different story if he's still number one somewhere, but he's not because he is a goalkeeper in decline. Look, Dad, Jack, I've said it before. It looks like, I'm putting gloves on my outlet and asking him to go out there. You know what I mean? Like, we got away with it to a certain extent, but the last couple of games, it's really sort of coming back to bite us a little. And I think, the reports out there that Spurs are looking to go into the market. So let's wait and see what happens. But I think it's certainly one that needs to be addressed. I want to see Fraser Forster going into that North London derby.
Definitely not. Jerome, really appreciate the support, Robert. Jerome saying, I know they scored. I know they
6.
scored 6, but let it get to the players to try and let it get in the game at 5-3. We knew we were going to lose that one anyway. I'm sorry, maybe I'm
Look, they showed a bit of fight, right? And I think that's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I think if the squad genuinely wanted Postecoglou gone, I think they would have just sat there and let it collapse. But they didn't. They showed a bit of fight. They tried to get back in the game, or at least tried to make it respectable, which shows to me they're still fighting for the manager, and probably backs up reports that we keep seeing. I think Solanke was the latest one to come out and say, or Archie Gray, that they absolutely love playing for this manager, that they do like, the way he's asking them to play football, etc. So I think that's one thing that can be cleared up today, because if you don't want the manager and you're not having him, you let that get 6-7, probably 1-2, save a bit of face, but you don't try and claw it back the way they did in the second half. So I think, I think that's one thing it does show, is that the players still are trying to fight for Postecoglou. Whether they're executing what he's asking them to do and whether it's going to work is a different story. But it does still look like they're fighting for him.
Yeah, there's something to that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'd necessarily question that. Yeah, which is probably still a good thing, Jerome, actually, that I wouldn't say the players have given up on him yet. It's just one of those days where it just feels like we got really, really done here. And Darkson G saying Forrester didn't save any shots, plus positioning was terrible. So Darkson G just seems to think, yeah, that Forrester did play a big part in some of the goals that were conceded. I mean, we were cut wide open. I think that's just how I feel about it, Darkson. I feel like we could have conceded even more than 6. Lucky, actually, to only concede 6. I think that was kind to us. I really do think the 6 goals were kind to us. And Forster maybe could have done better on some of them, but I think it's just the manner in which we just were cut open that easily during the game. And also just in possession. This isn't as much on Ange, this part, but also just the players today just were so many of them, so many stinkers. Guys who couldn't even complete a pass, guys who couldn't even look up to find a run, guys who couldn't even have a decent first touch, for 50% of the time. There's a huge element of that today. But I mean, I'll have to look back at a lot of the goals, I guess, Dark Sun G, and see whether Forrester should have been able to save a lot of those, because it seems like you feel pretty strongly about that.
The thing is, though, I think, look, to a certain degree, I think there is, if you have to carry in there, does he save 1 or 2 more of them? I think potentially. I remember, I think the second goal, Jack, I remember saying to you, I think, oh, if Carrio's in the net, he probably saves that. We've got to remember, though, Forrester's 36, Fraser, he's 36 years of age. I'm not being funny, but, the older you get, the more aches and pains you get, the less agile you are and stuff like that. What are we expecting from him? You know what I mean? He's not your agile 26-year-old spring chicken like Vicario. He's 36 years of age. There's only so much he can do for you. I think that the idea is just to not try and let them shoot as much as we do on our goal. I think, since we've suffered Van de Ven, Vicario, and Romero injury, I think, the amount of shots on our goal has doubled. I checked it the other day when we were doing the members preview.
Mm-hmm.
First 4 or 5 games of the season, teams were averaging between about 7 and 10 shots on our goal. You look at our last 4 or 5, even though Man United, teams are averaging like 15, 20 shots on our goal. They're absolutely doubling. When you got a 36-year-old in goals, the idea is to try and keep the ball away from your goal as far as possible, and not do what Porro does, keep dropping inside, allowing them to get shots off on goal, or what Radu Dragusin done today, which is just go and vacate the position altogether and let them run through on goals. You don't do them 2 things. You got to try and protect your goalkeeper, but we chose to do that today.
And then Jerome saying, just before, Rob Wolf's really generous of you, but just before that, Jerome saying, Jack, we scored 3. Would you have been happy with a 3-0 scoreline with us doing absolutely nothing? Like, my feeling is, Jerome, I think 6 was being kind to us. I think we could easily. There were moments
10,
actually.
11,
Say that again, sorry.
Could have been 10-11 today.
Yeah.
Let's be brutally honest.
I think 6-3 was kind to us, man, and we barely did much of anything. Where I couldn't really say that this was a game where we were wasting chances or anything like that. We took actually some of the chances that we ended up getting at certain points. We were just really awful on the day. The forward line was terrible. Midfield was wide open and also poor. And then defensively, we were just getting cut open time after time. And that's how I feel about it. I think, we should have lost by 4, 5, 6. So
Yeah.
when that's the case, I think, yeah, I think it is different. I think it is. And even just to be honest, I think a 6-3, this is just my opinion. I think it's good debate. It's good philosophical debate, but I do think a 6-3 is worse than a 3-0 personally. I do. I think conceding 6 goals is a worrisome sign in any
Yeah.
scenario, even if the
Yeah.
players are tired, even if the players are knackered, even if the players are at absolute fume levels, which they are, and I'm giving them that excuse to a degree. But I do think you have to find some way around not conceding 6
I
because
think
you can't concede 6. You
I
just
think you
can't.
look at 3-0, right? And you go, bad day at the office, players put a lot in Thursday night. Okay, you take the lick, you move on. Do better against Forest. I think once you see 6, I think then you got to start asking questions. Okay, what the hell is going on in there?
Yeah.
I think it's a lot worse, and the perception is a lot worse as well, I would argue, Jerome.
It's a good philosophical debate, though, because at the end of the day, it is only a difference of 3 goals. But like I said, I feel like we could have conceded even more. And then Rob Wallace gifting out 10 memberships, man. That's very, very, very generous. By the way, everybody, Dave and I, we probably want you guys to take the floor at a certain point. We're tired of, having to always explain Spurs. So if you are a fan show member, send in your fan cam. Next fan show, Dave and I will just keep you updated on that holiday season and everything. It's kind of, more of a
It'd be
special
January.
schedule.
It'd be
It's like a,
January, New Year.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of more of a special schedule at the moment, but take advantage of it. Send in fan cams, while you're at it, please. And please take advantage of Rob's generosity. James Flower was gifted one. I think I've seen James before in the
Yeah,
chat.
he's been on before.
DJ Evo, Gons Football and Things. Big up Gons. Maybe you can send in one. Vinyl Horror, like the name. Jazzy Virals, Maximum Potential, Rio Gunawans, Gavin Millis, FTSN, Colm, Fiona, and I believe that's, yes. Thank you guys. And please take advantage of Rob's generosity, please, and send in your fan cams, description
Yeah.
or instructions. I think Dave does a very good job. Puts them in the community section almost every time, and you can also request to be part of the fan show group chat if that makes things easier for you as well. To be able to send them in. But thank you so much,
Big
Rob.
up.
Very, very generous, man.
No, big up, Rob. Very, very generous of you,
Tough
my
time.
man. And
Hopefully, you're having a good
look,
holidays.
tough time, but look, hopefully you and the family forget about
Yeah,
football for a minute. Hopefully you and the family have a great Christmas, great holiday period, and really sort of kick back and enjoy yourself, my man. Big up, Rob. Really appreciate the support, lad.
very
Have a good.
generous, man. And Artist T saying Fulham, Ipswich, Forest, and Southampton walked away with better results than us against Liverpool. And you can tell me they have a better squad than us.
Nope. No,
Yeah,
look, and it all comes down to them probably sitting back, containing themselves a lot
yeah.
more, sitting 11 men behind the ball. So look, like I said, you're not hearing me making any excuses today. It's not good enough from everybody.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those days where even if you do believe in Ange, it's not one of those days where you can afford him a ton of excuses, really, I think.
It's just
And
one of them. Just be a bit more clever to help your situation out. You know you're under pressure. You know, just be a bit more clever and do something a little bit different coming into today's game. Because I'll be honest, I think even a part of him knew he was going to get bet today coming in playing this exact same way.
yeah, and it's just, yeah, like I said, it almost just undoes all the good grace that you just got in the previous game. At least
Tell
to
that
me,
Willock,
that's our perception. Again, people are welcome to disagree. We're not an echo chamber or anything, but like that's just how we feel from our perception of things. Just
Oh
really
no.
feels like you dig your own grave to a degree, or you end up he keeps digging himself out of a grave and then digging himself back into one. It feels like Ange.
And RST, he just said, "Oh, I'm not having a pop at you guys." No, no, I know you're not. What I'm saying to you is, my man, there's no excuses for it today. Them teams, they would have put all 11 men behind the ball, looking to contain them and stuff like that, and that's why they got a better result. We left ourselves too open, and at the end of the day, if you're going to play like that, you got to have a fucking good forward line to rip them apart. To a degree, we don't have that sort of level forward line.
And Dark Sun G, really appreciate the support today, Dark Sun G. Not a good one for you in the out loud.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has a good. If you're celebrating the
About to say,
holidays, Dark Sun G, hopefully he's gotten you a good Christmas present, or at least maybe he's taking you out to dinner or
an
something like that.
Airbnb, Jack, for the holidays. If that was Dark Sun G, that's what I'll be asking for. Get me an Airbnb. Get
Yeah,
me away from you. I can't take this over the holidays.
I hope he's buying. If you drink Dark Sun G, I hope he's buying you a nice beer, and getting you out. Probably taking your mind off things. Maybe also, tell him to just wipe the grin off his face as well. But he's saying if Forster saved one from Salah and Diaz and beat McAllister in the air, the momentum wouldn't have died. That's a fair point, because those early goals, right, does believe get kind of shot from the team. And he says
Yeah,
after he lost the short McAllister, my mom said, how, and oh my God, how is he that bad? I
mm,
agree with her. I did sort of say that too, Dark Sunji. I think we were just reacting to so many things at once, but I did say that. I was like, why is he rooted to his line? He's like 6'8". He should be
yeah.
coming out to claim that. And especially like of all people for McAllister to win it, you are right. Like, someone who would probably get eaten by someone like Forrester. He probably eats 2 McAllisters a day. He's that big. So he is a guy that for some reason, someone even said this today, like, they said something like, "Oh, he's so much better than Vicario from set pieces." Is he? Like, I don't think he is. Like, I think he kind of just stays rooted to his line pretty much the whole time and just sort of stands there, a bit like a Hugo Lloris from the time in the past, just sort of stays rooted in the 6-yard box the whole time. But you might be right. I think that's a fair point, Dark Sun G. I'm not saying any of us were right or wrong about it. We just feel like maybe the problems lie deeper than Forster today in particular, but he did not have a good day. And you might be right that the first goals we were conceding, if he does better there, Vicario's in goals, do we hold on that bit longer? Is there a bit more belief that kind of stays in the team? Like Dave said, maybe some of the players and Ange kind of maybe knew that they weren't going to probably get anything from this. And then if you concede those goals that quickly, is everyone kind of just resigned themselves. So it's a fair argument to make. I'm not saying you're
Again,
wrong. It's a fair argument.
but again, I can't help but think it comes back to the summer. You get your planning poor in the summer. It's going to have repercussions in the season. This is a 36-year-old. The club took too much of a gamble relying on him to be able to step in here, especially considering he was out for a long period with an injury before that. And you just this is all Fraser Forrester has to rely on. I don't want to hear anybody say Brandon Austin, Alfie Whiteman. If you're in Postecoglou's shoes, none of you are turning to Alfie Whiteman because his only previous experience, bar one game under Jose Mourinho, is in Sweden. And I'm not taking a risk on Alfie on Austin either. His only previous
Yeah.
experience was a long time ago in the MLS with Orlando when Kaka was there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's sort of like you're not turning to any of them guys. And it's just again, if it was something else, like when these problems arise, if they just go and address the issues, you might actually get better results during the season. And this is the repercussion of it. You look across that, you look at the two centre backs today and the goalkeeper, killed us today. Absolutely killed us. Not Archie Gray so much. Archie Gray, I thought was the better of him and drag us in. But, this is the problem. You bring in your backups, they're just not good enough.
And if your mom also seemed to be upset with Forrester, she's probably more balanced than any of us, Dark Sun. So maybe if she's thought there was a problem, then you might be right on this. Might be right on this. And I just wanted to take this comment too, Dave, which I thought was actually kind of insightful. And I figured Dark Sun G and plenty of people would agree with this. The Big Cat saying Forrester is indicative of our squad depth at Spurs, a 36-year-old on a free transfer. Forrester has made some good saves recently, but he has also proved that he is/was not the right guy. We
Mm.
need a quality squad. I just think that's a very good description of kind of, again, how
Well,
this is also why the pressure is around Levy, right? This is why, again, some people feel like we need to also consider we've been in this position so many times before where, yes, questions need to be asked of the manager, but also when you look at the squad at this moment in time, like having a Forster in goals of a club of our size, of our stature, of our revenue, everything is absurd. It is absurd that we have a Fraser
it,
Forster as the backup keeper.
but you know what, Jack? This is where I get angry at
Good
Ange
comment.
fans for. No,
Yeah.
but this is where I get angry at Ange fans to a certain degree, Jack, because you know, I like Ange Postecoglou. I think you give him the right pieces of the puzzle. I think this can work. But this is where I get angry. Over the summer, it felt like some of them were turning on me because I wasn't behind every transfer the club made. Any video I put out with the welcomes to Tottenham, I'm saying, look, I'm just not sure this is back in Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah.
What sort of impact do we really expect this guy to have on the seasons? We're going to feel the repercussions if we don't start bringing in experienced players. You go back, even now, look at the comments. Shut up, Dave. Get behind Ange. You're not, get behind Postecoglou, this, that, and the other. I'm trying to say to them, this is me getting behind Ange. I'm recognising he needs better talent. And this is where we needed to step up in the summer. We can't clap every player that walks in the door. And this is the problem. We're at a point now that any player that walks in the door, we're just looking for them to be that fucking saviour, drag this club forward. But I was on last one on Spurs as well. I said it. I says, and this is at the start of the season. Everyone in the comments, you're negative, and it's just like I just don't feel like we're going to meet the aspirations. Might get lucky and might get a cup. But in terms of, I think overall, I think it's going to be another difficult season because I don't
Yeah.
think we've built the squad to be able to cope, to challenge on all four fronts. And at somewhere, something's going to give, you know. And I was called negative, this, that, and the other. And that's where I get annoyed at the Ange
Yeah.
fans because, you know, I said it in the summer and everyone's like, oh, you're not behind him, you're not backing him. It's like, I'm backing him more than anybody else. I'm calling for him to get proper players in here to make this work. So, you know, we sleepwalked into this. Our only hope now is that we get it right in January. The problem is in January, you've got 1 month to fix it, not 3 months like you do over the summer. The
Yeah.
selling club have 1 month to try and find that replacement, same as the guy they're buying that club from. So it's a knock-on effect. It's a much more difficult window to operate in. And unless you can come out with an outstanding window, sometimes the problems kick on. My only hope this season, Jack, is that, you know, in years gone by, we've started off the seasons absolutely brilliantly, on fire. Injuries have come, we haven't been able to sustain it. My only hope is that, you know, once we start getting players back in January, the fact that there is a semi-final dangle in front of them, they come back motivated rather than years gone by where they come back and go, what the fuck happened here, lads? We're out of everything. My
Yeah.
only hope is that they come back motivated and that we can kick on and go for the second half of the season. But yeah, that's where I'm at, Jack, because I just feel like, you know, when it, like I said, when it comes to Postecoglou, I don't think he was helped. And, you know, this is where I get annoyed. You know, fans have to stand up and start calling for being back in. You know, this whole narrative of just shut up, get behind it. It's like, but if you
Yeah.
don't see it going right, what do you want me to do? Just close my lips and go along with it? No, I've got to stand up and say something, and that's what I've done. You know, and I think we've got to
Yeah.
be smarter as fans. You know, if you're bringing in teenagers, it's fine. Bring in young recruitment. Every club does it. You know, you always want the next superstar coming through, but you've also got to give the guy experienced players to be able to work and kick this on. The only player we gave him is Solanke.
Yeah. The only one. And then still also coming from Bournemouth. But I would also add too, maybe just last thing. I mean, if people want to keep talking about Fraser Forster, you know, Dave and I are still happy to. But just another point I might just quickly make on it because I think there are other things to talk about. But um, with Fraser Forster, like you wonder, like, you know, when Ange had like Joe Hart, like it just feels like at Celtic, maybe in the Scottish League, when you're kind of the team that's usually on top, you don't really have a ton of teams that can really put pressure on you. I don't know if you can get away with, you know, the Joe Harts and the Fraser Forsters and whatnot of the world with Ange's system. I do think you need to have basically your backup keeper. Not doesn't need to. It's unrealistic to say to be as good as Vicario, but you would like them to be of a similar type of caliber of Vicario, basically to, you know, sort of not and to guarantee that you can at least rely on them to make crack saves and world class saves every now and again to keep you in games
And
and sort of stifle maybe the opposition that way. And also, there are plenty of managers that do rely on a top level keeper. Even Diego Simeone, you know, relied on, maybe still is, you know, relying on Jan Oblak, you know, for so many years, so many years. And there are a lot of keepers that, you know, are
well,
very
he's been
dependent on the
number one.
system. Yeah.
He's been number one all his career. You know, Fraser Forster, when we signed him, was already on the decline and a backup. You
Yeah.
know, so that's the problem. Just
We
to
just,
ask him to step
Ange
in.
needs a good keeper. His system requires a top keeper. Yeah.
Look, 100%. But look, and you know, to King Hodden's point, fair enough. You can't legislate that Vicario's going to break his ankle. But you've got to anticipate when you're playing four competitions, 70 odd games, there is a chance your goalkeeper could get injured. And it could be long term. And you might have to bring someone else in to step in for him. You know, and that's where my problem comes in. Of course, you're not going to predict he's going to break his ankle. But the whole idea about your squad and building it over the summer is predicting what might go wrong and bringing in the right players to stop that outcome that you're predicting happening.
Yeah. 100%. Um, and then Darkson G says Gray and Spence made more saves than Forrester, which tells all. Yeah, listen, Darkson G. I mean, I think you're right about Forrester. Like, he is not good enough, and I think he is fully capable of howlers. I just wonder if there are maybe deeper issues that happened today than Fraser. Like, I think we still lose this game probably pretty convincingly, even if Vicario were in goals. But that's just me, man. Again, I'm not saying I'm right about this at all. You know, I'm pretty numb after today's game. Felt like I had some brain cells that were killed, you know, by watching that game. And
Totally.
with Gray and Spence, probably they can lift their head up. I don't think Gray was as poor as Dragishin. I would say he was probably a little bit better than Dragishin on the day. And then Spence probably was one of the only players that could really lift his
He's
head
the
up.
best player for Tottenham today.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
He
got,
from the get
he
go was
took
not
Salah out of
poor.
the game. He took
Yeah.
Salah out of the game.
Yeah.
My big thing was today, whoever plays left back, take Salah out of the game, you give yourself a chance of winning the game if everybody else is at it. Spence done his job today. He neutralised Salah. I know Salah scored one, but that was a tap in. Everyone else done the work. In general, he neutralised Salah's effect on today's game. But everybody else around him was fucking atrocious.
Um, yeah, Spence was terrific. He has to keep playing Dark Sun G. Darren Kilbane saying you could have had the first team out there today and would have been the same scoreline. No plan to defend. It was just graceful supporting that today. That's just a terrible day. Terrible day, Darren. Let me catch up here. Sorry, everybody. THFC till I die. Dermatron, I am at a loss after today. Not good enough at all. It's a real kick in the stones, Dermatron. It's right before the holidays as well. It's the last thing you want to see. It's the last thing you want, man. And like I said, I would have taken, even though maybe, I don't know, some people seem to think a 6-3 isn't that different from a 3-0. I just happen to think it is. Like, I would have taken probably a 3-0. Would have bitten your hand off for a 3-0 instead. This one felt much worse to me, much worse than that. And it's the last thing. I even said, I think my version of a free hit, my definition of it basically was, as long as you don't concede basically 5, 6, 7, goals, then it's fine. And that's what we've done here today. And so I just don't know if I can really say, that I'm going to leave this game unbothered. It's really numbing. A loss would not have really deterred me that much. I still would have been happy clapping after a loss. But this one really almost drains the happy clapping energy from the Thursday night game. It does.
It does. It does drain the energy, especially the manner of that hiding. You know what I mean? I think, if it was 3-2, you say, oh, look, we got a semi-final, fair enough. This was always going to be an uphill battle. But to lose the manner we did, sort of, again, it just sort of leaves you like I was there a couple of weeks ago, where it's like, fuck me, where do we go from here? But, Postecoglou, I think, was asked after the game, about fans singing his name. So apparently fans were singing his name throughout the game today. And he says the fans, they should feel the way they need to about what's happening. They were very good today. They still gave the support to the players. Who knows? Maybe they understand what we're going through and are trying to build here. Many maybe don't. We're trying to give them the club they want. So interesting there on that degree. Maybe it seems like the match day goal fans are still behind Ange.
Leno is a better keeper from Dark Sun G than Forster and Robertson. And Robertson got sent off in that game, so Fulham had the advantage. Ipswich first game was Liverpool, so they were up 4+. Liverpool had no experience. Maybe I'm misreading the end there, Dave. Are you able to see this one?
Let me read it. So he says Leno is a better keeper than Forster and Robertson. Got sent off in that game, so Fulham had the advantage. Ipswich first game was Liverpool, so they were up 4-0. Liverpool had no experience fighting them. I can't see the rest. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, that's it. That's all.
So maybe I'm mistaking the end. You don't need to put in. You can just put in a comment, Dark Sun G, for misunderstanding this. But I mean, I would 100% say Leno is 1,000 times better goalkeeper than Forster. I think the majority of the teams in the Premier League probably have a better backup keeper than we do. Even Bournemouth, I think, have, what is it, the Irish keeper they have, behind Kepa, and also as well, you look at majority of other teams, like even Brighton, they like Jason Steele, guys like that, even, who I don't even probably rate that highly, are still better than Fraser Forster. On the day. Majority Premier League teams have a better backup keeper than us. There's really no excuse for it.
I don't want to keep making Fraser Forster the problem. That ain't the problem. The problem is getting in a goalkeeper here that is good enough to step in and deputise. I think by going after Fraser Forster, don't get me wrong, he deserves the criticism. But I think by going after him, it's sort of neglecting, taking the shine off what the actual problem is.
Rakdos Madness, this was a hiding. Good to see you, Rakdos. Good to see you, Alan. But yes, it was, man. Yes, it was. You're going to have to take your mind off Spurs. Hopefully you're enjoying the holidays, though, man.
It's a hard one, man. It's a hard one.
Hopefully you don't have too much last-minute shopping or anything like that, left. You can just sort of kick back, relax, put on a good movie, grab yourself a beer, whatever you like to do with your time. Alan, good to see you, man. And Sebas Wolf saying, just compare the players Liverpool had on the bench compared to us. It's just laughable. I mean, there were moments, Sebas, where you could just see the quality of some of these Liverpool players, man, in comparison to ours. It's just night and day, really. And also the fact that they have no injuries. I mean, the only player that's injured for them right now that I think is of any significance is Konate. Rob Wallace, and that would be our Van de Ven, that would be our Romero, but we have Romero and Van de Ven out. We have even more than that, Vicario out. We have Bentancur missing still. We have so many players gone. Forward line has been injured the whole season. Rob Wallace, really, really, really generous, Rob, man. Merry
Wow.
Christmas to you, sir. Merry Christmas. And he's saying, we have Liverpool in the semifinal. If Ange uses the same tactics and we lose just as bad, is that the end for Ange? Would like Jerome to comment on this question as well. Merry Christmas to Dave and Jack and all the Irish Hotspur fans. Jerome, this is really, really generous, man. Jerome, I would love for him to send in a fan cam. Jerome, if you're still listening, man, you know, the instructions should be there for maybe at the end of the stream if Dave hasn't done it yet, but we'll definitely do it at the end of the stream.
No, it's done. It's up there.
Thank you very much, Dave. Send in your fan cam, Jerome, and maybe you can answer Rob Wallace here, or the next time we do a fan show, you know, we'll get you to answer for us, Jerome. But he's saying, you know, would this be the end for Ange if this happens in the semifinal? Do you think so, Dave?
Yeah, I think so, Jack, because you sort of, by then, you'll also know your Europa League fate, right? Whether you come out in the top 8 or head into a playoff. So I think, you know, if this happens over 2 leg and we get beaten up badly over 2 leg, I think it would spell the end for Ange Postecoglou. I think if we would have lost United and we got slapped up today, that's him gone. And the fact that we got into a semi, I think to a degree, Levy probably might end up clinging on to that and keeping him in the job. I think, look, is he going to sack him tonight? I don't know. I think if we lose badly to Forest, I think he could, but I don't think he will tonight. I think he'll have Andrew in charge for the game after Christmas. But look, I think if he gets slapped up in the semi-final, I think he will. I think it could spell the end of him for sure. Especially if he brings in players in January and they come in and they don't improve the situation. I think, yeah, for sure it does. But look, by then you're hoping to have Van de Ven back, Romero back, you know, other players back. So hopefully that can also make us a little bit more competitive. And if you bring in a couple more players, hopefully make us a little bit more competitive in that game. And look, my only hope is that Liverpool suffer a lot of injuries heading into that game. You know, might lighten the workload for us. But look, I think Postecoglou's under pressure. 100% he's under pressure, you know. Like I said, the whole world's tuning in tonight for that game. You know, Liverpool top of the tree by Christmas. And whether people like it or not, everyone's going to have their opinion on Tottenham now. You know, and a lot of it's going to be laughable. Everyone's going to joke at us, you know, ridicule us and stuff like that. So when that happens, all that's doing is putting more pressure on yourself. I think you win the semi-final, you come out with a statement like, "Are you not entertained?" And then you come out and put that level of performance in today off the back of it. I think also puts you under pressure to a large degree. So yeah, I think. Look, Postecoglou is under pressure, and he's got to win over this Christmas period. We got like some Forest, Wolves coming up. I think you've got to take maximum points to get yourself to the semi-final. I think you lose to Forest, I think you could be gone.
Rob.
But I want to say I really appreciate
Merry Christmas to you and yours, Rob.
Man. You know, really a big donation, especially at this time of the year. I really, really appreciate it. But look, to you and the family in New Zealand, have a great Christmas, my man. Make sure you enjoy yourselves down there. I'd say New Zealand is wonderful this time of the year. Oh, it's summer for you, actually.
Yeah.
It's probably not this winter
Would you prefer a wintry Christmas or a summery Christmas, Dave? You hate hot weather, so I'm not sure if you would.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hot weather, to be honest with you, Jack. So I find it strange to wrap my head around Christmas in summertime. But look, you know, when you've grown up around it and it's all you've ever known, I suppose you're probably used to it. But, you know, hopefully you and the family have a great time there in New Zealand, Rob.
I would love a little Christmas with some palm trees or something, you know, in the background. Not sure if you would have that in New Zealand. I think it's a little bit of a different landscape, Rob. But I also like that you wanted to get Jerome's feedback on that. I'm curious if you guys have ever even met up before or something like that. I know you guys are in different, countries. You're in New Zealand. He's in Australia. But just curious about that. Big up to you, man. And Merry Christmas to you and yours and to your loved ones. And hopefully you're having a good weekend, man. Hopefully you can find something to take your mind off of, and appreciate you sticking with us, and you've been very, very kind to us over the years, Rob. You've been very, very kind to us.
Yeah, too generous.
And King Hoddle and Sebas Wolf will take these two comments here. King Hoddle saying the lack of perspective on here is stark. Liverpool and are currently the best team in Europe, and we have an 18-year-old midfielder in defense and an extra large fridge in goals. This is hardly a shock.
No, look,
that's the thing though, where people really. How many people really thought we would concede 6 though? Like I don't remember a lot of people saying we would lose 6, 7, 8-0, like whatever it might have been. I know we scored 3, but I just don't know if that's the case, King Hoddle. Like I think a lot of people are expecting us to lose, but I don't think they're expecting us to lose this poorly. Maybe it's unrealistic expectations, but I'm not sure.
Like, look, I think
I
we
just
have
don't
mentioned.
expect any team to lose by 8 goals. Like, it's just
But I think
most
I
teams.
think we have mentioned that. I've said that. Look, Fraser Forster's 36, Radu Dragosin and Gray. It's a makeshift centre back. Liverpool are the best team in the country. I've recognised all that. But at the end of the day, you got to try and keep it somewhat competitive. You can't let them run away with it and then try and claw back like we did. The only reason why them players clawed it back is because they didn't want Ange Postecoglou to get the sack tonight. But you can't be outplayed and slapped up like that. That's embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It was always going to be a tough ask at all order. I think most of us were expecting the worst, some sort of defeat coming into here today. But I don't think we saw that coming.
King Hall, or sorry, I got to Kings. Appreciated King Hall though. Sebas Wolf, member for 21 months. Really appreciate you, Sebas. Nearly 2 years. Saying the goalkeeper is not our only problem. I think it. I think it
Poro's a
does.
problem.
I think it lies deeper in that. I think there are a lot of players that had absolute howlers out there. Sebas Poro needs a break from football. Basuma is so hot and cold at this point that it's just he probably does have to be moved on. As much as I actually really like the guy, I think he seems like a really likable bloke. But just it's just the difference between him and Bentancur for me is just night and day. I think if you have a Bentancur in this game, I wonder, not saying we win this, but I wonder if the job is made slightly easier on ourselves at certain moments because Basuma just doesn't help us out when we're constantly giving the ball away. He doesn't really step onto the ball and then look to calm things down. He almost kind of makes things worse, I feel like, with some of his erratic play and everything. And you also look at, sadly, Radu Dragosin, after having a brilliant performance against Man United, had a bit of a stinker, you could say, today. And plenty of other players. Sonny, just not really at it. Tried, but I just don't think, had the quality today. Solanke got his goal, but I think he was also kind of, pretty useless today. Kulusevski, thank God, his goal as well, but kind of when we needed him, he wasn't really, getting into the game. Same thing would be said with James Maddison. Despite getting his goal, was he really getting into the game? There were so many issues today. So many issues today. Everyone was having a bad day. Everyone was having a bad day.
Yeah, it's endless.
Everybody, I do hope though that you guys have some nice, Christmas movies, or even if you don't celebrate the holidays, you got something going on that you can take your mind off with. And Artist T saying apparently lots of Liverpool fans in the home end today. It would make sense. There are still a lot of people in the stands at full time and no booze. That'd be a surprise. Not really allowed to get away with that usually.
Yeah, I think there probably would have been a few there today, for sure. But
is that
look,
just people selling their tickets, or something?
Make no mistake about it. The majority of the Spurs stadium is Spurs fans,
Yeah.
And apparently, if the reporters were asking them about the fans singing his name, and you would think, unless it's in an ironic fashion, that they were doing it to show their support behind Ange Postecoglou, and maybe put pressure on the ownership. I would think, that probably reflects that maybe the match day goal fans are behind Ange Postecoglou. Maybe getting to the semi-final holds a bit more weight with them. I don't know. I don't speak for them, but that can be my only guess to it, Artis.
Yeah, maybe that was enough for them. I'm not sure, Artist. But I would be surprised if that is the case, though. Then maybe considering the fact that there was Levy out demonstrations and everything, maybe a lot of fans just sort of felt like, I'll just sell my ticket to someone, whoever wants it, really. Yeah, that's the only explanation I can come up with. But Dave, I mean, I think you and I have made our points clear in some way or some sense. We've tried our best here, but it's just, again, another one of those days where you don't want to have to explain a result like this. And it's not the last thing we could have wanted, especially after such a good high against Man United. This is a real letdown. This is a real anticlimax after the Man United game. Maybe we're just being reactive or something. Maybe it might calm down, but I'm not sure. As always, though, I will say, people are welcome to feel differently. And especially if you are a fan, show member, send in your fan cams if you feel differently or if you feel the same, whatever it might be. And, don't try to be an echo chamber unless, like we're accused of being. We want people to feel like they can express their opinion, whether, they think it's all on Ange, whether it's on somebody else, whatever it might be.
Can't be an echo chamber, All we're giving is fans a place to voice their opinion, whether it's through fan cams, fan shows, and stuff like that. So if that's their opinion, then that's their opinion. We can't change it, So
yeah,
that's it at the end of the day. So I don't understand that. But look, forget about all of that, guys. It's the festive season. I know today doesn't help, but honestly, I'm switching off for 3 to 4 days. I'm going to enjoy time with family, and just enjoy Christmas and for what it's all worth. And switch off from Tottenham Hotspur, and I'll see you back here, I'll be back, for the pre-match build-up and that for the Wolves game, and I'll try and get a predicted line out to you. Jack will do the Forest game. There will be no predicted pre-match build-up for that Forest game, because, to be honest, I don't think anyone's going to be in any shape to do it. But Jack has said, you know what, Dave? I'm going to roll myself out to do the watch-along. So you'll have Jack and Drew on the watch-along, guys. So there will be a watch-along here on the 26th for that game against Forest. But honestly, I'd encourage you all to do the same. Forget about it. You got to take the good with the bad. You got a semi-final to look forward to, but then you get slapped today. So what I would say, it's 50-50. Forget about it. Go and enjoy your Christmas, and let's get back to some sort of normality against Forest, and hopefully we can win then.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your evenings,
Christmas,
everybody.
everyone.
Have a good rest of your days. If you are celebrating Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas. And even just if you have some days off or anything like that, got a little time off, or even just, doing anything around the holidays, I hope you have a wonderful time. And thank you guys for all the support that you guys show us. And it's been, despite results like this, it's been a great year with you guys. It's been another great season, of just going through the ups and downs of Spurs and trying to explain them with you guys and trying to nurse ourselves through it. But just want to say, really appreciate you guys. We'll probably see you plenty of times before the end of the new year, but just figured I would end on somewhat of a positive note if we can. So appreciate you guys.
Look, I want to extend that quickly.
Have a lovely Christmas.
Appreciate all of your support throughout the years, the highs and lows. And, I feel like, regardless whether we have difference of opinions, we're all friends. We all wish each other well. So, look, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hopefully you stay safe and have plenty of fun.
Alrighty, everybody. We'll see you next time. Come on, you Spurs.